The excavators say they still found these jars of wine. What are you supposed to taste the wine that's 5,000 years? I have to ask Jennifer about that.
Mm-hmm.
The wine, right?
And I wonder if they are going to open one to see if anybody's going to taste it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll drink to that. All right, there's a new coffee, good cup of coffee on a plane trip. Alaska Airlines has set out to change the fact that most of the coffee you get on an airplane is garbage, especially the people, right? You're sitting in the middle seat, you want something that tastes good or feels good. So Alaska Airlines says that they've teamed up with Sumtown Coffee Roasters in Portland, and they're preparing a medium dark brew on all of Alaska flights. So there, if you like coffee, take a trip on Alaska.
Anyone can fall victim to moving fraud. Know your rights and responsibilities.
There was never really a valid contract.
Movers must always give written estimates.
I was bound to an estimate, but it was after the fact.
Be sure that any document is complete before signing it, and that it includes information to determine the final charges.
It was a version that I had not seen before.
Visit protectyourmove.gov to download a free moving fraud prevention guide. Search for registered movers and view their complaint histories. Move with confidence.
I need some extra money. Do I qualify for the Earned Income Tax Credit?
Use the EITC Assistant tool. With just a little information, this tool helps you calculate eligibility with ease and accuracy, get an estimate of how much credit you qualify for, and get a printout of your results before you prepare your return or visit your tax preparer. To use the EITC Assistant tool and see if you're eligible to claim the credit, visit irs.gov/EITC.
News Talk 1560 AM, 94.1 FM, KTUI, Sullivan. It's 6 o'clock. Good morning. This is KTUI Radio, beginning a new day of broadcasting. KTUI is owned and operated by Merrimack Area Broadcasting, LLC of Sullivan, Missouri. Broadcast facilities are located at 900 Elmont Road in Sullivan. KTUI is authorized by the Federal Communications Commission to operate on an assigned frequency of 1560 kilohertz on the AM band and K231CP, an FM translator frequency of 94.1 megahertz. The assigned power for KTUI AM is 1,000 watts, and the power for the FM translator is 250 watts. We invite you to tune in daily to AM 1560 or 94.1 FM for the latest news, weather, and information. And now the U.S. Army Field Band and Soldiers Chorus with our national anthem.
By the way, how much stuff do you have that you don't really need and seldom use? I'm amused by the ads for a company that offers to come to your house, office, or business and haul away stuff, junk, they call it. I could use that kind of help. More important than what's in the basement and the garage are those things in our lives that should be hauled away. pride, habits that are not good ones, envy and grudges and other things. The list is long. God can help us get rid of the junk in our lives. He does forgive, and He can lead us to a life that is a whole lot less cluttered. A thought from By the Way.
Good morning to you. It is 3 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock here on a Thursday morning. I'm Sam Scott, and glad to have you along with us. If you're a regular listener to 1560 AM, got it back on the air finally after some problems. Had to drive. Well, Bobby D, he took off and drove to Quincy, Illinois, to get us apart. And anyway, so we're back on the air, and appreciate everybody who helped to do that. Let's see, it's, I think it was like 57 degrees, 57 degrees here at the studios of KTUI. And here's our weather forecast.
From the KTUI WeatherBug Weather Center for this morning, expecting mostly clear skies. Sunny this afternoon, high temperature of 67 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 47. On Friday, sunny, high 68. Friday night, clear, a low of 50. On your Saturday, sunny, high temperature 70. Saturday night, mostly clear, low temperature 43. Saturday night, mostly clear, low 43. On Sunday, sunny, high 64. And Sunday night, partly cloudy, a low of 46. For KTUI, I'm Andrew Brady.
All right, thank you, Andrew. It's coming up on 5 past 6 o'clock now, 57 degrees. And sunrise will be at 7:17 this morning, sunset at 6:23. That gives us a day length of 11 hours and 6 minutes. And then on the 19th day of October, in 1953, we had a record high of 87 degrees. 1989, our low high was 42. In 1972, the record low was 25 degrees. In 1963, the high low was 66 degrees. All right, coming up at 8:30 this morning, scheduled to speak with Steve Pelton. He's our Franklin County Sheriff. Scenic Regional Library at 9:10 this morning, and then live from the White Mule Winery at 10:05. Birthdays that I have for you today: Miriam Maston, Mickey Dildine, David Blankenship, and Tony Schwarm. And then happy anniversary to Kevin and Vicky Koch. The Powerball, you didn't win. Neither did I. I don't even know if I played. It's only, it was only a paltry $49.9 million, or you could have taken the $22.6 million cash value. If you've got your ticket, here's the numbers: 1, 4, 13, 35, 58. The Powerball was 24. The Power Play was 2 times. No grand prize winner. Next Powerball drawing will be Saturday. Estimated jackpot $70 million, or the $31.7 million in cash. All right, what can you celebrate or observe today? Conflict Resolution Day. Dress like a dork day. That's what my wife says I do every day. Evaluate your life day. Get to know your customers day. International Credit Union Day. It's International Gin and Tonic Day. International Shakeout Day. LGBT Center Awareness Day, National Get Smart About Credit Day, National Seafood Bisque Day, New Friends Day, Rainforest Day, Spirit Day, Wear Purple for Domestic Violence Awareness Day, and World Pediatric Bone and Joint Day. There's some things you can celebrate or observe today. 7 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. And we've got news coming your way from USA Radio Network. Stay tuned.
USA News, I'm Lance Pry. In a Birmingham, Alabama courtroom yesterday, Joran Vandersloot is admitting killing Natalie Holloway after she refused his advances. The 18-year-old Holloway was reported missing in 2005 while celebrating her Alabama high school graduation in Aruba. Vandersloot was recently extradited to the United States from Peru. He will now be returning to Peru to finish serving a 28-year prison sentence for the 2010 murder of another woman. Americans trapped in Gaza 1 out.
More than 350 Americans in Gaza are seeking assistance from the U.S. State Department for evacuation. That's according to a U.S. official who talked to NBC News. Despite extensive discussions between the U.S., Israel, and Egypt, the border crossing between Gaza and Egypt remains shut. The negotiations have been focused on enabling the secure exit of foreign citizens and facilitating humanitarian aid. I'm John Schaefer.
Earthquake practice drills will be held around the world today for International Shakeout Day. The tests are set to take place at 10:19 a.m. local time at schools and workplaces worldwide. To find out more, visit the website shakeout.org. Roughly 56 million people have already registered to take part in the earthquake rehearsal. As the House has no speaker this morning, Ohio Republican Jim Jordan says he isn't giving up on the work to be the next Speaker of the House. After falling short to get the necessary votes following a second round of ballots Tuesday, Jordan told reporters he plans to keep talking with Republican lawmakers and try to change their minds. Another vote is expected today. The Las Vegas Aces are the first back-to-back WNBA champions since 2002. Las Vegas edged out the New York Liberty 70-69 in Game 4 of the WNBA Finals last night. Asia Wilson was named the MVP. USA News.
Attention Medicare recipients and anyone turning 65. Medicare has approved new benefits not included with original Medicare and older Medicare Advantage plans. You may not be getting all of the benefits you're entitled to, including in-home aids, telephone appointments with your doctors, home-delivered meals and prescriptions. These benefits may be available and it's a free call to enroll. The new plans may also offer free eyeglasses, free hearing aids, free wellness visits, and gym memberships. Call the Medicare benefits line now. It's easy. Call 800-683-3822. 800-683-3822. Find out if you're eligible for new benefits like meal and prescription delivery, in-home aids, and telemedicine. Some plans may have a $0 monthly premium or zero copays for big out-of-pocket savings. Not all Medicare Advantage plans are alike. The new plans have more benefits for many people. Call 800-683-3822. 800-683-3822. 800-683-3822. 3822.
The anticipated water levels at Lake Mead over the next year has been revised to be less severe than initially projected.
The U.S. Bureau of Reclamation now estimates a drop of approximately 9 feet in water level by next October. This outlook is over 2.5 feet more favorable compared to the forecast from last month. The updated projection marks the inaugural forecast for the 2023 water year, which runs until the close of next September. Currently, Lake Mead stands at 1,066 feet above sea level. In Las Vegas, I'm John Schaefer.
The Biden administration is offering $100 million in your tax money for humanitarian aid for civilians in Gaza and the West Bank. The administration said it will help support more than 1 million people with clean water, food, and medical care. President Biden, while visiting Israel, warned Hamas not to steal or divert the U.S. aid from our country and others. A large group of people were arrested at the U.S. Capitol yesterday during a protest.
About 300 Jewish activists supporting Palestinians were taken into custody. The large group gathered in the Cannon House building rotunda and around the Capitol complex. The protesters were heard chanting, "Ceasefire now." I'm Dave Collins.
The peak of the Orionid meteor showers is this weekend. Find a dark spot and look southeast. Lance Pry, USA News.
Omaha Steaks Burger Perfection Flight, made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks, rewrites the book on burgers. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout for an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping when you order the $79.99 Burger Perfection Flight, a fantastic array of pure ground steak on a bun burger greatness. For $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight, use promo code TREAT at checkout at omahasteaks.com and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
You deserve extraordinary care close to home. From primary care to advanced specialties right here in Sullivan. And access to all that BJC Healthcare has to offer. We're here to provide the care you need. Missouri Baptist Sullivan Hospital and BJC Healthcare. Care that is comprehensive, coordinated, and completely about you. Learn more at MissouriBaptistSullivan.org.
Missouri Net News is brought to you by the Missouri Department of Conservation. This month's Discover Nature Notes explores float trips on the rivers and streams of Missouri. Visit mdc.mo.gov.
Missouri Net News, I'm Marshall Griffin. Missouri is participating in an annual earthquake drill today. The Great Shakeout starts at 10:19 a.m. One of the country's most active earthquake zones is located in Missouri, the New Madrid Fault. The Department of Public Safety says Missouri is one of 14 states that could be impacted by an earthquake. A recession was anticipated this year, but the economy kept pushing forward. Kansas City Federal Reserve Executive Vice President Joseph Gruber says the economy has surprised a lot of forecasters.
At the end of last year, I think there was a high expectation that there'd be a recession sometime in the course of 2023. And as the economy has proven much more resilient than people were expecting, I think that recession expectation has been pushed back.
Gruber, who spoke at the St. Joseph Chamber of Commerce Economic Development Summit, says inflation still plagues the country. He says inflation has been fueled by 4 sources: energy costs, housing costs, supply chain issues, and the tight labor market. He believes the September jobs report will go a long way in whether the Federal Reserve Board decides to raise interest rates further. The Missouri data portal shows that the state has an estimated 600,000 residents who are deaf or hard of hearing. It's what Pastor Randy Dignan of Bible Baptist Church in Jefferson City calls an underserved population. He's known as a CODA, a child of deaf adults who ministers to Mid-Missouri's deaf population.
90% of deaf people are born into hearing homes and hearing families. My family's in a very unique category. We're a part of the 10% where the deaf had the deaf. Most deaf people are born into hearing homes because of an illness, and so the baby's automatically behind the 8 ball, and that includes church services. So these families were going to church, and many churches in America don't realize the need for an interpreter.
He's also a certified licensed interpreter, and his church is offering residents the opportunity to learn American Sign Language fluently through private Facebook group classes. This is Missouri Net.
Are you struggling to cope with natural disasters, mass violence, COVID, or other emergencies? You are not alone. Call or text the Disaster Distress Helpline at 1-800-985-5990 to connect with a trained counselor 24/7 across the United States. The Disaster Distress Helpline at 1-800-985-5990. Visit samhsa.gov/DDH for more resources. That's samhsa.gov/DDH.
Are you having a hard time finding ag podcasts? We can help. The podcast directory at agraamerica.com allows you to search by category and topic, so it's quick and easy to find what you're looking for. Ag Chicks, Farm for Profit, Heart of Rural America, the Shark Farmer Podcast, Real Ag Radio, and more are featured on Agra America. Our extensive directory has something for everyone. Discover a new ag podcast today by visiting agraamerica.com. That's agraamerica.com.
A Kansas City woman will spend 4 years in federal prison without parole for stealing other people's identities and stealing money as a result. Quanisha Capleton pled guilty nearly a year ago to aggravated identity theft, bank fraud, wire fraud, and lying to a financial institution. A state audit reveals how a couple mismanaged a Missouri Boot Heel government department for years.
The city of Malden and Dunklin County asked the state to conduct the audit. It found over $150,000 in missing and misappropriated funds. The audit covers January 2017 to March 2021, when Corey Adams served as the board president of the Dunklin County Sewer District, while his wife Jennifer was employed as the bookkeeper. That by itself is a nepotism violation as stated in the Missouri Constitution. The couple is no longer employed by Dunklin County. Marshall Griffin, Missouri Net.
And according to the Missouri Lottery, 3 out-of-state visitors split a $50,000 prize after purchasing a Powerball ticket at a convenience store in mid-Missouri's Lake Ozark. This is Missouri.
Do you have a guy? Like your dad or grandpa had a guy. Something broke around the house you couldn't fix, Gramps would say, "Call my guy." He probably drove an old blue pickup, big tool chest in the back, decades of calluses on strong hands. Name on his shirt like Don or Ed or Buddy. He just always seemed to know the best way to fix any problem. That's why Grandpa trusted him. There's not many of those guys around today, and no wonder. Between taxes and technology, insurance and licensing, it's hard to be that guy and be competitive. Well, that's why this company started. We love what we do, and we still want to be that guy. Independent technicians, generations of combined experience, all joined together as one powerful team. Strength in numbers, you know? If you're ever stuck with a broken furnace or air conditioner, now you've got a guy.
We're Level 9 Heating and Cooling.
Level9HVAC.com.
St. Louis County Police investigating a suspicious death yesterday after a man was found shot dead in a Jennings home. Police said they responded to a call for a shooting in a residence in the 5700 block of Apricot in Jennings just before 7 p.m. Officers at the scene found an adult male who had been shot. The man was pronounced at the scene. A person is dead after a single-car accident on West Florissant in St. Louis yesterday. According to St. Louis Metropolitan Police, the accident happened at 4:20 p.m. at the 5400 block of West Florissant Avenue. The driver of the vehicle was transported to an area hospital where they were pronounced deceased. The Missouri Attorney General's office secured a conviction against a Franklin County man for child sexual abuse and rape. A Franklin County grand jury indicted Brett Pendleton in January of 2018. According to the indictment, Pendleton took an 8-year-old child who he knew to a motel room, forced her to smoke marijuana and ingest methamphetamine, then sexually abused the child for several hours. A family member later discovered the child. They took her to a hospital to report the incident. The Washington Police Department investigated the matter, found enough evidence corroborating the victim's account to make an arrest. County authorities requested that the Attorney General's office handle the prosecution. Jurors deliberated for an hour before returning a guilty verdict. The Missouri State Highway Patrol reported a fatal accident in Cass County at 3:33 p.m. yesterday on I-49 southbound north of East 307th Street. 54-year-old Shelley L. Merrick of Adrian was driving a 2013 Kia Optima, ran off the right side of the roadway and overturned. Merrick was pronounced at the scene by a Central Cass County ambulance paramedic. A 15-year-old boy from Archie was a passenger in the vehicle. He had serious injuries and was transported by life flight to Children's Mercy Hospital. The Highway Patrol reported a late fatality. This accident happened in Jefferson County at 2:16 p.m. Tuesday on northbound US 61 at Riverdale Drive. A 17-year-old juvenile female from Arnold was driving a 2006 Honda Accord, made a left turn into the path of a 2003 Harley-Davidson ridden by 35-year-old Adam R. Turville of Arnold. The front of the Accord struck the motorcycle. 35-year-old Adam R. Turville of Arnold was transported to Mercy Hospital South by Rock Township Ambulance District, where he was pronounced deceased. There was an accident in Franklin County at 3:49 p.m. yesterday on Highway NN south of West Mangan Drive. A 17-year-old male juvenile from Pacific was driving a 1998 Jeep Cherokee, struck the rear of a 2016 Chrysler Town & Country, driven by 63-year-old Vicky L. Baumhager of Pacific. Baumhager had minor injuries and was taken to Mercy Hospital St. Louis by Merrimack Ambulance District. There was an accident at 12:59 p.m. yesterday in Washington County on Roderick Road near Missouri 47. The Highway Patrol says 32-year-old William E. Newsom of Cadet was driving a 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, traveled off the right side of the roadway, overcorrected, then traveled off the left side of the roadway and struck trees. 32-year-old William Newsom of Cadet had minor injuries. He was taken to Mercy Hospital South by Washington County Ambulance District. The Missouri State Highway Patrol made an arrest in St. Charles County at 1:47 this morning. 50-year-old Brian D. Carnes of Pacific arrested on a patrol charge of driving while intoxicated. He was taken to Mercy in St. Louis and then released. At 3:42 p.m. yesterday in Washington County, 55-year-old Neil E. Stout of Robertsville was arrested on a Franklin County failure to appear, no valid license, no insurance, no seatbelt, careless and imprudent driving. He was taken to the Washington County Jail and was bondable. At 12:48 p.m. yesterday in Franklin County, 24-year-old Jacob T. Holtz of Londell arrested on a patrol charge of resisting arrest by flight and Franklin County felony warrant for domestic assault 3rd degree. He was taken to the Franklin County Adult Detention Facility and was bondable. The Missouri Department of Conservation wants to help women discover the fun of duck hunting. MDC is holding a free women's duck hunting clinic on Tuesday, November 7th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the August A. Bush Shooting Range and Outdoor Education Center in Defiance. Participants will have the chance to go beyond the classroom for first-hand field experience at one of 2 mentored duck hunts December 2nd and 3rd. This program is for women ages 16 and up who have not duck hunted before and want a safe gateway into the sport. It will cover all the basics of duck hunting. These will include safety measures, duck habitats and migration, proper cover, clothing, firearms and equipment, and tips on using duck hunting blinds and decoy placement. The class will also look at duck hunting regulations, limits, and identification. Attendance at the clinic is required before participating in the hunts. Women who complete the clinic will then have two options for participating in a mentored hunt, Saturday, December 2nd from 5 a.m. till noon, and Sunday, December 3rd from 5 a.m. till noon. Interested participants should register online for the hunt of their choice at mdc.mo.gov. Registering for one of the hunts will also enroll them in the clinic. Interested participants must also be hunter education certified by the date of the hunt. MDC will provide all equipment, firearms, and ammunition needed for the hunts. Participants may also bring their own equipment if they have it. Both hunts will take place near the August A. Bush Memorial Conservation Area in St. Charles. The August A. Bush Shooting Range and Outdoor Education Center, located at 3550 Route D in Defiance, approximately 5 miles west of Highway 94. Merrimack State Park will be hosting its annual Spooktacular Halloween event this Saturday. All events take place in the field across from the check-in booth, unless otherwise noted. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. is a coloring contest, 1:30 p.m. scavenger hunt, 2 to 4 p.m. naturalist station, 4 p.m. jack-o'-lantern contest, pumpkins due at 4 p.m., 5 to 7 p.m. trick-or-treating, campground roads closed from 4:45 p.m. to 7:15 p.m., and then at 7:30 p.m. is a movie, Meet in the Field across from the Shower House number 1. And a reminder to residents of Bourbon, the Bourbon bulk trash pickup will be coming up this Tuesday. That is a look at your local news on a Thursday. I'm Sam Scott.
If your saving for retirement strategy involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," we need to talk. Hi, I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Donnie Greenwald. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Stop by our office at number 10 First Community Plaza in Sullivan. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Did you know that Compass Health Network provides pediatric and adult dental services? Best of all, our dental care is designed for everyone. We accept most insurance plans and Medicaid. Plus, we offer a sliding scale fee for those without insurance. From major dental procedures to gentle pediatric dentistry, we've got it all. Call 844-853-8937 or visit compasshealthnetwork.org to find a Compass Health Network dental office near you. Your journey to a better smile begins with us. Book your appointment today.
In recent funeral notices, Carol Joan Banta, née Marsh of Steelville, passed away Monday, October 16th at the age of 94. Funeral services will be held at 11 o'clock this morning at the Steelville Presbyterian Church. Burial will be in the Steelville Cemetery. Memorials may be given to the Steelville Food Pantry. All arrangements are under the direction of the Hudson Funeral Home of Steelville. Douglas J. Crownover Sr. of Cuba passed away Friday, October 13th at Mercy Hospital in Springfield. He was 64. Visitation will be from 3 until 5 p.m. Friday at the Hudson Funeral Home in Cuba. The funeral service will immediately follow at 5. The family chose cremation as his final disposition. His interment will be in the Woodland Cemetery in Jackson, Michigan at a later time. Memorials are suggested to the St. Robert Fire Department or the Columbia Township Fire Department in Brooklyn, Michigan. Norma Lee King, née Atwell of Bourbon, passed away in Sullivan Saturday at the age of 92. Visitation will be Friday from 10:30 a.m. till noon at the Hudson Funeral Home in Cuba. A funeral service will immediately follow at noon. A private family interment will be held at a later date at Crossroads Cemetery. Memorials are suggested to Crossroads Cemetery of Leesburg in the name of Norma King. Albert Irwin Schultze, known to many as Al, passed away Sunday, October 15th in St. Louis at the age of 78. A remembrance memorial service will be held at noon Saturday at the Eaton Funeral Home in Sullivan. Visitation will be from 10 till noon on Saturday at the Eaton Funeral Home prior to the memorial service. Memorial contributions may be made to the International Lions Club in the name of Al Schultze. Gordian George Gruss of St. Clair passed away Thursday, October 12th at the age of 91. Funeral Mass will be held Monday at 10 a.m. at St. Clair Catholic Church in St. Clair. Burial will be in the St. Clair Catholic Church in St. Clair. Visitation will be from 3 until 8 p.m. on Sunday, with a rosary service at 3 p.m. and then visitation after 9 a.m. Monday at Russell Colonial Funeral Home in St. Clair. Memorials may be made to St. Clair Catholic Cemetery Fund in the name of Gordian Gruss. The complete funeral announcements with all the survivors will air with our 8 o'clock expanded edition of KTUI News.
When it comes to your finances, you need a team you can trust, someone who can help you through any situation, a local community bank you can depend on. At First State Community Bank, we are that partner. And because we're committed to Sullivan, you won't have to worry about changes to your accounts or locations. Come see me, Jordan Todd, in Sullivan today. My team and I are excited to partner with you. We'll make the process of switching banks quick and easy.
First State Community Bank, member FDIC, online at fscb.com.
From the KTUI WeatherBug Weather Center for this morning, expecting mostly clear skies. Sunny this afternoon, high temperature of 67 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 47. On Friday, sunny, high 68. Friday night, clear, a low of 50. On your Saturday, sunny, high temperature 70. Saturday night, mostly clear, low temperature 43. Saturday night, mostly clear, low 43. On Sunday, sunny, high 64. And Sunday night, partly cloudy, a low of 46. For KTUI, I'm Andrew Brady.
Thank you, Andrew. 29 past the hour of 6 o'clock. We've dropped off a couple of degrees. It's 55 now here at the studios of KTUI. Franklin County Sheriff Steve Pelton will be my guest at 8:30 this morning. And then some folks from Scenic Regional Library at 9:10. Live from the White Mule Winery coming up this morning at 10:05. Happy birthday to Miriam Maston, Mickey Dildine, David Blankenship, Tony Schwarm, and happy anniversary to Kevin and Vicky Koch. All right, again, 55 degrees. We're coming up on 6:30. Bobby D has some sports here on KTUI. Stay tuned.
The St. Louis Blues will announce the 2024 Blues Hall of Fame class at their October 19th game against the Arizona Coyotes. The Blues Hall of Fame was established last year to commemorate the players, coaches, broadcasters, and management that have made outstanding contributions to the franchise. The inaugural class featured 11 former players: Red Berenson, Bernie Federko, Bob Gassoff, Glenn Hall, Brett Hull, Al McGinnis, Barclay Plager, Bob Plager, Chris Pronger, Brian Sutter, and Gary Unger, alongside legendary coach Scotty Bowman, longtime broadcaster Dan Kelly, and original Blues owners Sid Solomon Jr. and Sid Solomon III. Tickets for the Thursday game are available online at Ticketmaster.com. Details on the induction ceremony will be announced at a later date. Blues will take on the Coyotes on Thursday at home with a puck drop at 7:10. Fourth-year Missouri coach Eli Drinkwitz was named to the Paul Bear Bryant Coach of the Year Award watch list on Tuesday. Drinkwitz has led the Tigers to their best start to a season since 2013 and a number 20 ranking in the AP Top 25 poll. A winner for the award will be announced on January 10th during the College Football Playoff National Championship game. Mizzou's offensive line unit was one of 23 tabbed to the Joe Moore Awards midseason honor roll. The award is given annually to the nation's top offensive line group at the end of the season. Semifinals will be announced November 14th with the winner on December 5th. Mizzou's offensive line has played a part in the team's offensive surge this year, averaging the fourth most passing yards per game in the SEC and the fourth best total yardage mark in the conference. Missouri men's basketball predicted to finish on the bubble by yet another preseason poll, signaling expectations of a below 500 conference record for the Tigers. The Southeastern Conference announced results of its preseason poll, which included national and local media members, on Tuesday in a news release. Missouri received a lackluster rating of 9th, in line with other predictions from preseason rankings, such as the AP Top 25 and KenPom. Missouri had no players named to the all-conference squads. The SEC media poll predicts Tennessee will win the conference title this year. Mizzou's season will tip off at Mizzou Arena on November 6th against Arkansas Pine Bluff. Missouri women are predicted to finish 11th in the SEC for the upcoming season after finishing 9th last year. Tigers had no players named to the all-conference team. Media poll predicts that reigning national champion LSU will win the conference title. Missouri women's season will begin at 11:30 a.m. on the 6th against Belmont at Mizzou Arena. College scoreboard from last night. The Mineral Area women defeated East Central College by a score of 3-1 yesterday afternoon. Number 5 Columbia College dominated play from the start in a 5-0 win over William Woods. Aubrey Golis from Union played all 90 minutes on defense for William Woods. Westminster College men's soccer team won on the road at Principia 6-2. Travis Beek from Washington had an assist. Colin Farrell from Sullivan started at forward. Ethan Mort from Borgia played off the bench for Westminster. In volleyball, the Central Missouri Jennies swept Missouri Western by a final score of 3-0 on Tuesday in Warrensburg. Defensively, UCM was led by libero Grace Winkleman's team-high 14 digs. The Herman graduate also had a service ace. Her former high school teammate Holly Helt finished with 10 kills, 6 digs, an ace, and a block for Missouri Western. College schedule for today: Williams Baptist at Missouri Baptist at 4 o'clock for college soccer, and in volleyball, Jefferson Community College at Indian Hills at 5 o'clock. Looking at results from the volleyball district tournament action from last night, Class 2 District 6 at Herman. It was Lynn over North Callaway 3-1. Father Tolton downs New Bloomfield 3-0, and Montgomery County over Calvary Lutheran 3-0. Class 2 District 8 at Dixon. Bourbon exciting 3-2 win over Dixon, and it was Steelville Downing Bell 3-0. Class 3 District 9 at Owensville. Cuba with a 5-set victory over Salem, and it was Owensville beating St. James 3-0. Class 4 District 5 at Jeff City. Marshfield a 3-0 win over Rolla, and Union defeating West Plains 3-1. Class 5 District 2 at Narings Hall. Lafayette 3-0 over Parkway South. Coryezu down Kirkwood 3-0. Boys soccer from last night. It was Borgia edging Eureka 1-0. Eureka won the JV contest 2-0. Lutheran South over Pacific 3-0 in varsity, and it was a 0-0 tie in the JV game. Fort Zumwalt South defeating Washington 6-0 in the varsity matchup and 3-1 in JV. The Four Rivers Conference cross-country meet was held at Owensville yesterday, and Mariah Denny from Sullivan coming in first again for the varsity girls. It was Viola Johansson from Union in second, then Eileen Lindbergh from Owensville. The Uthlot from Herman, Vanessa Perona. Finishing fifth was Vanessa Perona from St. James. Sixth, Catherine Stracklejohn from St. James. In seventh, Hannah Gellert from Owensville, then Abigail Spurgeon from Union. Brooklyn Cannon from St. Clair and Abby Gibson from Owensville ran out the top 10 for first team all-conference. Elena Heaney from Herman, Lila Henson from St. Clair, Cordelia Schreck from Union, Ruby Jones of Pacific, and Eden Lambert from Sullivan finished 11th through 15th respectively and got honorable mention. Brianna Mayberry from Sullivan finishing in 16th. Girls team standings: Union took the conference championship. Herman was second, Owensville third, Sullivan fourth, St. Clair fifth, and Pacific was sixth. JV girls: Grace Berkemeyer from Herman took first place. McKenna Whithouse from Herman was second. Caitlin Draves from St. Clair was third. Then Avery Hollyfield and Layla Frost, both from Herman. Morgan Schmidt from Owensville. Skylar Harden from Union. Jaden Hubbard, Owensville. Grace Engelman from Herman. And Brenna Volkmer from Union finishing out the top 10. Herman took first place in the JV girls team standings. Middle school girls: Shelley Robinson from Union with first place. Aiden Lawler Pacific was second, followed by Dixie Mayfield and Caitlin Bond from Pacific. Leah Dulesky from Sullivan was fifth. Nora Egan from Herman sixth. Adeline Hash from St. James was seventh. Briley Haver from Herman was eighth. Isabel Rilger from Pacific was ninth, and Parker Griffith from Union was 10th. Pacific winning the middle school girls team championship, followed by Union, Herman, and Owensville. For the varsity boys, Abram Denny made it a sweep of the Denny family, taking first in the varsity boys race. Zachary Holmeyer from Owensville was second. Nolan Kopp of Herman was third. Taylor Meyer from Union fourth. Then Ben Smith of Pacific. Felix Guerrero from Owensville. Zechariah Slater and Tyler Yarberry from St. Clair. John Hyatt from Herman and Sean Wigger of Pacific ran out the top 10 for first team all-conference honors. Dylan Stout from Pacific, Aiden Kern of St. Clair, Zechariah Beagle from Sullivan, Luke Shields of St. James, and Connor Manning from Herman, 11th through 15th for honorable mention. St. Clair wins the boys team title, followed by Owensville, Pacific, Herman, Sullivan, and Union. JV boys: Weston Crammy from Owensville took first, followed by Tristan Strothkamp from Owensville, Colin Nunley from Herman, Braden Perkins and Drake Dietrich from Owensville, Atticus Hill of St. Clair, Darius Rudzinski from Herman, Kylan Mintz from Owensville, Cody Stahl Pacific, and Sam Symington from Sullivan round out the top 10. Owensville with the JV boys team title. St. Clair was second. Middle school boys: Ashton Moreland from St. James finishing in first place, followed by Easton Bailey of New Haven, Lucas Godfrey and Gunnar Knott from Pacific, Jade Notto of St. James, Mason Vondera from Pacific, Ryder Byfield from St. James, Aiden Yarberry from St. Clair, Isaac Siders from St. James, and Lance Uthlot from Herman. St. James takes the boys middle school title, with Pacific, Union, St. Clair, Herman, Owensville, and Sullivan following. Congratulations going out to Aniston Lansford from Bell as she finished 9th overall in the Class 1 Girls State Golf Championships to take home an all-state medal. In Class 2, Callie Gibson from St. James tied for 33rd. Lydia Chemnitzer was tied for 39th, and Allie Hartley from St. James tied for 44th. In Class 3, Abigail Blackwell from Washington was tied for 23rd. Ella Martin tied for 44th. Softball district championship games from last night. Class 2 District 3, Lynn over New Bloomfield 15-12. Class 2 District 4, Ellsbury a 13-1 win over Louisiana. Class 3 District 1, Lutheran South downing Fredericktown 15-3. Class 3 District 5, Fatima over Blair Oaks 4-1. And Class 4 District 1, Cape Notre Dame defeating Farmington 10-4. With that Lutheran South win, Borgia will now be on the road at Lutheran South on Saturday, and that'll be a 12 noon first pitch. Washington will be on the road at Cape Notre Dame on Saturday for the Class 4 state quarterfinal. Middle school girls basketball from last night. It was Sullivan over St. Clair 24-13 in 7th grade, 34-14 in 8th grade. Herman 7th graders beat New Haven 46-12. They played 2 quarters of 8th grade. Herman coming out on top 11-9. Steelville 7th grade over Owensville 41-5. Owensville won the 8th grade matchup 39-32. It was Pacific over St. James, 18-15 in 7th grade. Didn't get a score in the 8th grade. Union winning both games from Washington, 24-7 in the 7th grade matchup and 43-22 in 8th grade. They played 2 quarters in the B game with Vienna beating Cuba 12-10, and Vienna won the A game 46-8 over Cuba. Middle school boys basketball, an afternoon game yesterday. Bland took both games from Bourbon, 30-19 in the A game, 27-23 in the B game. Looking at the schedule of games coming up tonight in girls volleyball district play, Class 1 District 5 at Eugene, New Haven the top seed there. First round games, number 4 Chamois, number 5 Otterville at 5 o'clock tonight, followed by number 3 Eugene and number 6 Columbia Independent at 6:30. New Haven will play the Chamois Otterville winner in the semifinals at 5 o'clock on Thursday. The second semifinals at 6:30. Championship game on the 23rd. First round matches in the Class 4 District 2 tournament at Webster Groves today at 4:30. Top seed Rockwood Summit against number 8 Visitation Academy. Then at 6 o'clock Windsor of Imperial. The 4 seed will take on number 5 Pacific. Their semifinals are on the 21st. Class 4 District 5 at Jeff City. First round matchups tonight. Jeff City and Camdenton at 5. Elias and Capital City at 6:30. Their semifinals are on Friday. Union will play Marshfield at 5 o'clock. And first round games at the Class 5 District 2 tournament at Narings Hall. Eureka squares off with Narings Hall at 5 o'clock, followed by Marquette and Borgia at 7. Just one middle school girls basketball game on the schedule for today. Bland will be at Bourbon. That is a late morning game with the tip-off for the B game at 11:30 this morning. No sports on the air again tonight, so that is your look at sports on this Wednesday. Have a great day, everybody. This is Bobby D.
For over a century, Seidenstricker Nobe Partners has remained a trusted dealer serving both Missouri and Illinois. Our certified technicians are committed to delivering top-notch service, ensuring you're ready for the spring. Right now, take advantage of our special offer. Free pickup and delivery on all 1 through 5 series John Deere compact tractors, gators, and mowers. Don't wait, schedule your winter service today.
Offer valid through 12/30/2023. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Must be within 30 miles of SMP dealership.
A relatively slow day for direct cash cattle business and cash hogs into the day higher. Good morning. I'm Megan Grepner with your Brownfield Livestock Market Report. Direct cash cattle trade activity was pretty quiet for the most part Wednesday. Bids really didn't surface. Asking prices were around $185 plus live in the south and $295 plus dress in the north. So far this week, only a handful of deals have been reported in parts of the north with a range of $289 to $293, but that's certainly not enough business to establish an accurate price trend. Significant trade volume is likely going to hold out until sometime Thursday, maybe even Friday, especially with that cattle on feed report. At the Tri-State Livestock Auction in Nebraska earlier this week, steers were $5 to $15 higher, heifers were steady to $14 lower. The USDA says demand was good to moderate. Receipts were down on the weekend, up slightly on the year. Medium and large one feeder steers, 503 to 537 pounds, brought $290 to $313. Feeder steers, 560 to 596 pounds, brought $273 to $286.50. Medium and large one feeder heifer, 738 pounds, brought $242.50. Box beef closed lower on light demand for heavy offerings. Choice was down $1.28 at $303.86. Select closed 28 cents lower at $278.35. Estimated cattle slaughter was 126,000 head, even on the weekend, down 3,000 on the year. Cash hogs closed higher with a solid negotiated run. Processors had to bid up to move needed numbers Wednesday. However, supplies of market-ready hogs in the near term are more than ample, which gives packers more leverage. Demand for U.S. pork on the global market has been relatively strong, while domestic demand appears to be in somewhat of a seasonal slump. However, pork is likely becoming more competitively priced for consumers at the grocery store, and that could spur an increase in domestic demand. Barrows and Gilts at the National Daily Direct closed 46 cents higher with a weighted average of 73.75. The Iowa, Minnesota was up 79 cents with a weighted average of 74.26, and the Western Corn Belt closed $1.27 higher with a weighted average of 74.01. Pork values closed lower, down $1.60 at 87.95, and estimated hog slaughter was 483,000 head, down 2,000 on the weekend, down 5,000 on the year. At the CME, live cattle were mixed and feeders were lower ahead of the week's direct cash business. Feeders had additional pressure from the higher move in corn, and lean hog futures into the day mixed on spread adjustments. The market remains concerned about long-term demand certainty. I'm Megan Grebner for Brownfield.
When the nut trees dump their fruit onto the ground, picking it up can drive you, well, nuts. Hi, I'm Jody Henke. It doesn't take big machinery or expensive equipment to quickly gather them as you're living the country life.
Living the country life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic and from previous shows by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com. We'll return to the show after these messages.
If you're looking for new ideas for what to do around your place in the country, register for the Living the Country Life newsletter. Once a week, you'll receive helpful tips in your inbox on a wide variety of seasonal and timely topics, along with so much more. Living the Country Life is for all those people who love to live in the country. Sign up for your free newsletter today by visiting livingthecountrylife.com.
Whenever you're online, Living the Country Life is there too. Like us on Facebook and exchange tips and ideas with people who share your love for the country way of life. Follow us on Twitter at Small Farming for timely news and information. You can also find us on Instagram and Pinterest. See the latest inspired shot from our readers or add a garden tip to your boards. Living the Country Life has all the ideas for your home acreage. Visit us online at livingthecountrylife.com and find us on social media.
Whether you have one nut tree or dozens, they make a mess when the nuts fall to the ground. It's important to get out there and pick them up as soon as you can before their quality starts to deteriorate and before the squirrels steal them. But picking up one nut at a time is tedious, back-breaking work, especially when they've dropped over a wide area. Ed Perry is a farm advisor emeritus with the University of California, Davis. He says one of the easiest ways to gather nuts is with a rake.
We use the big bamboo rakes, not the steel-tine garden rakes so much, although those would work. Rakes where we just could rake them into piles and then come along with scoops and pick them up and take them back to our yard near the barn for drying.
Some people use a leaf blower and try to blow the nuts onto a tarp or into a pile. Perry says you'll also pick up dirt, leaves, and other debris that could make an even bigger mess. And nuts blown all over the place will probably end up more scattered than collected. A long-handled tool with a rolling cage on the end will pick up nuts easily without you having to bend over. Or you could hitch up a lawn sweeper to the back of your lawn tractor. Maybe you don't even want the nuts, but someone else would. Have the neighbor kids come over and pick them up. Perry says it's a common practice in commercial nut orchards once the harvest is done.
There are a great many folks who go out and glean orchards. Sometimes they're school kids who just want some nuts to sell for some extra money, but a lot of times they're families, and most of them are out there with the hand rakes picking them up.
If the nuts aren't going to be consumed and you'd like to have some fun, perhaps you could use them to help perfect your golf game with the irons and chipping wedge. Find more tips for picking nuts up off the ground at livingthecountrylife.com. I'll see you in the country.
Living the Country Life. Ideas and inspiration for your place in the country. You can find more information on today's topic, share your tips, and post photos by visiting us online at livingthecountrylife.com.
From the KTUI WeatherBug Weather Center for this morning, expecting mostly clear skies. Sunny this afternoon, high temperature of 67 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 47. On Friday, sunny, high 68. Friday night, clear, a low of 50. On your Saturday, sunny, high temperature 70. Saturday night, mostly clear, low temperature 43. Saturday night, mostly clear, low 43. On Sunday, sunny, high 64. And Sunday night, partly cloudy, a low of 46. For KTUI, I'm Andrew Brady.
Thank you, Andrew. 55 degrees right now at the studios of KTUI. It is 12 minutes in front of 7 o'clock. Time to go out across our wide Missouri.
Across our wide Missouri with Bob Pretty. Listen to show archives, hear about this day in Missouri history, and learn more about the Show Me State by visiting MissouriNet.com today.
Some say it reminds them of a dragon because of the way it sprawls over most of parts of half a dozen Missouri counties. 17% of the surface area of Camden County is covered, along with parts of St. Clair and Henry, Benton, Morgan, and Miller counties. In 1931, the legislature almost named it Lake Benton, but we still call it the Lake of the Ozarks, one of the nation's largest man-made lakes and one of our country's major recreational areas. The story of its origin in a minute.
Discover the fascinating world of nature right here in Missouri with Discover Nature Notes. There are over 100,000 miles of running water in Missouri. Fall is a great time to go floating. There are wild views to explore and enjoy. If you're new to floating, go with an experienced group. Check for reliable outfitters and take a class with MDC. Be fully prepared by checking weather and water conditions before heading out. Bring a first aid kit as help will be farther away on the river. Dry bags, bungee cords, and rope will waterproof and secure your stuff and help free a stuck canoe or kayak. Coast Guard approved personal flotations are required per person. Sturdy water shoes and protection from the sun and elements will make for a good time on the water. Check our blog for more tips, events, and classes, and see an easy float that lets you experience 3 rivers in a day. Discover more with the Missouri Department of Conservation at discovernaturenotes.com.
Bagnell Dam is a combination of ingredients, parts of the St. Joe Lead Company, the Missouri Pacific Railroad, and Union Electric Company. Union Electric was involved in extensive negotiations with the other two before finally announcing in mid-1929 that it would build a large hydroelectric dam on the Osage River above the small town of Bagnell. Estimated cost was $30 million. Construction started on August 6, 1929, on what would become a dam that created what was then the largest man-made lake in the entire world and the last private enterprise dam of its kind in the United States. The town of Bagnell underwent a quick metamorphosis. As a small ferryboat landing, it became a busy railhead for the Missouri Pacific's Jefferson City branch line. At one time, more railroad ties were shipped from Bagnell than from any other place in Missouri. Union Electric, meanwhile, had bought the steam power plant of the lead company at River Mines and contracted to furnish it with power, one of the biggest such contracts made in American history at the time. The contract called for supplying power equal to that used by 250,000 residences. The dam was then built to take care of that heavy load. A short railroad, 4 miles long, had to be built from Bagnell to the dam with a long trestle across the Osage River. Union Electric provided a village to house about 3,000 workers on the project and called it Lakeside. But of course, if we have to discuss details of this construction, we also have to mention the personal inconvenience and in some cases personal tragedy that comes with any project like this. Much of the land covered by the Lake of the Ozarks today was once fertile Osage River bottomland, from which thousands of people had derived their living for decades. Cemeteries had to be moved. Homes were abandoned. An entire community named Lynn Creek disappeared to be resurrected further back from the reservoir. T. Victor Jeffries, in a 1974 volume on his former hometown, said that those favoring a new Lynn Creek banked at the First National Bank and went to the Methodist Church. The Camden County Bank, the Christian Church, and Baptist churches attracted people in the new town of Camdenton. Jeffries wrote that eventually they all moved to Camdenton, although New Lynn Creek remains a viable community. The dam is 2,543 feet long, 148 feet above the bedrock with a 520-foot spillway. It has a dozen floodgates weighing 27 tons that are able to release 100,000 gallons of water every second if raised all the way. Almost 1 million cubic yards of earth and 73,000 cubic yards of rock were excavated. About 545,000 cubic yards of concrete were poured. 2,300 tons of reinforced steel and 1,150 tons of structural steel were used. The dam dam is big enough to hide buildings 12 stories high for 7 city blocks. It holds back 673 billion gallons of water, enough to supply St. Louis for more than a decade. It took 60,000 carloads of material to build the dam, enough to make a train stretching from St. Louis to Tulsa, Oklahoma. The result is a power plant that produces about 440 million kilowatt hours of power every year. It is a lake 121 miles long. It all is behind Bagnell Dam, which became operational on October 19th, 1931.
That was Across Our Wide Missouri with Bob Pretty. To listen to show archives, hear about this day in Missouri history, and learn more about the Show Me State, visit MissouriNet.com.
Columbus reached the Americas in 1492. He returned to Spain and put together a much larger party of ships and people to sail back to the newfound land in 1493. We know much about that voyage, including a not-so-peaceful meeting with the natives at this stretch of land in U.S. territory. We'll go there on this edition of the American Countryside, brought to you by Nationwide. Like me, you probably have insurance, but after you purchase insurance, you may not give it much thought after that. But that can be a big problem if you aren't protected. That's why I've partnered with Nationwide, the #1 farmer insurer in the United States. They help me see many things I'd overlooked, and that's why I help produce short videos about many of those important topics. You can go to nationwide.com/Andrew. Go there to see short videos about important topics that many of us may have overlooked. That's nationwide.com/Andrew to help protect your next.
Hi, I'm Ag Day host Clinton Griffiths, and I invite you to join me each morning as we cover the nation's food system, from fields of green to orchards of orange and livestock everywhere in between. America runs on agriculture, and here at Ag Day, agriculture is what we do best. Listen as our analysts track the markets, learn about innovations in technology and sustainability, and live the country lifestyle through the eyes of rural America. Join me, Clinton Griffiths, for Ag Day, the country experience.
When Columbus made his second voyage to the Americas, he set sail with as many as 15 boats and 1,500 people. It was a far different trip than the year prior.
This time when he sets sail, he actually comes in very far south of his target, almost 2,000 nautical miles to the south and east of where he needs to be.
David Goldstein says the large expedition moved northward, eventually reaching what is St. Croix on November 14th, 1493.
He himself doesn't get off the boat. One of his captains does, and they land here at Salt River Bay in the middle of a very large ceremonial center where there's a large ball court. There are clearly a number of large indigenous houses. It's a relatively substantial settlement, but everyone's gone.
The only people in the settlement were a group of Kalina women and children held captive. They took those Kalina aboard their ships.
On their way back aboard, they were fired upon by a canoe of indigenous women, probably Taínos, who mortally wounded one of the Europeans, one of the Spaniards.
Columbus's ships opened fire on the women warriors and killed them.
It is important because it isn't that Columbus was here. It's important because this is where all of the politics between indigenous people and European settlers began, and it is something that we all still see very much and live with today.
Salt River Bay National Historical Park preserves the site of Columbus's landing, a place that marks the site where Europeans and natives first clashed as the two worlds met one another. Traveling the countryside, it's Salt River Bay, St. Croix. I'm Andrew McCrae.
Alternative to candy at Halloween. Hello, I'm Megan Grebner with Healthy Living on Brownfield. Not everyone likes to give out candy to those trick-or-treaters on Halloween. Tamis Houlihan with the Wisconsin Potato and Vegetable Growers Association says a lot of their members are instead handing out snack-size bags of potato chips. Sure, you might be substituting sugar for salt, but that swap has become quite popular.
Truly, these are snack foods, and so we can't claim that these are going to be healthy for you, but they may be healthier than candy bars or a piece of candy. And so we really believe in handing out potato chips at Halloween. I know some areas have even talked about handing out whole raw potatoes to kids. I don't know how excited the kids would be to get one of those, but we've heard stories that they're excited. They think it's fun. But we're going to stick with the potato chip bags, and I think a lot of children are happy to get those when they're trick-or-treating.
Houlihan says nothing against the traditional Halloween fare, but
we have promotional 1-ounce bags of potato chips that we like to use at various events and festivals that we just give away. And so we started making those available to our industry, and word has kind of spread. And I think children are pretty excited to get a bag of potato chips in with their Halloween candy.
I'm Megan Grebner with Healthy Living on Brownfield.
It's not something you shy from. It's a chance to up your game. Every day brings a new challenge, but with the enhanced Channel Seed brand on your side, you can rise to it. With our top-performing seed, innovative digital tools, and expanded agronomic support, you can turn tomorrow's challenges into your next advantage. Your enhanced Channel Seed brand. Let's rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Read and follow pesticide label directions, IRM, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices.
Keeping your fields clean all season long? Now that's a boss move. When it comes to weeds, we mean business, just like you. But you already knew that. In choosing to use XtendFlex soybeans, you've ensured that your fields can reach their full potential because our XtendFlex technology enables you to control more weeds than any other soybean weed management program. Learn more about the difference XtendFlex soybeans can make at RoundupReadyXtend.com. Read and follow pesticide label directions.
We have information out, and then being able to, support these different organizations that are fighting to prevent and fighting to rescue and set people free.
Lindsay Snyder, the president of In-N-Out Burger, explaining how she uses her resources to benefit others on today's Focus on the Family Minute.
That was part of the vision God gave me for our Army of Love ministry, and just part of my purpose and calling is just seeing the captives set free, healing the brokenhearted, breaking the chains, just all of these different, I could just hear, all of these verses in my head and felt like, yeah, that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. And so we're on the same page.
And it's so beautiful to be able to do that.
Use what God has given you to bless someone else. More from Lindsay at FamilyMinute.org.
Hey, we are coming up on the 7 o'clock hour here at the studios of KTUI. And we were at like 55 degrees, and that's where we are right now, 55 degrees. Nobody won the Powerball last night. 1, 4, 13, 35, 58. The Powerball was 24. The Power Play was 2X. Franklin County Sheriff Steve Pelton will be my guest at 8:30. Scenic Regional Library at 9:10. And live from the White Mule Winery at 10:05 this morning. We are AM 1560 KTUI Sullivan. Pick us up on YouTube and tune in. It's 7 o'clock. Time for the news.
USA News, I'm Lance Pry. In a Birmingham, Alabama courtroom yesterday, Joran Vandersloot is admitting killing Natalie Holloway after she refused his advances. The 18-year-old Holloway was reported missing in 2005 while celebrating her Alabama high school graduation in Aruba. Vandersloot was recently extradited to the United States from Peru. He will now be returning to Peru to finish serving a 28-year prison sentence for the 2010 murder of another woman. Americans trapped in Gaza want out.
More than 350 Americans in Gaza are seeking assistance from the U.S. State Department for evacuation. That's according to a U.S. official who talked to NBC News. Despite extensive discussions between the U.S., Israel, and Egypt, the border crossing between Gaza and Egypt remains shut. The negotiations have been focused on enabling the secure exit of foreign citizens and facilitating humanitarian aid. I'm John Schaefer.
Earthquake practice drills will be held around the world today for International Shakeout Day. The tests are set to take place at 10:19 a.m. local time at schools and workplaces worldwide. To find out more, visit the website shakeout.org. Roughly 56 million people have already registered to take part in the earthquake rehearsal. As the House has no speaker this morning, Ohio Republican Jim Jordan says he isn't giving up on the work to be the next Speaker of the House. After falling short to get the necessary votes following a second round of ballots Tuesday, Jordan told reporters he plans to keep talking with Republican lawmakers and try to change their minds. Another vote is expected today. The Las Vegas Aces are the first back-to-back WNBA champions since 2002. Las Vegas edged out the New York Liberty 70-69 in Game 4 of the WNBA Finals last night. Asia Wilson was named the MVP. USA News.
Non-attorney paid spokesperson. Could your house go into foreclosure? Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home? And you feel like you have nowhere to turn for help? Then we have good news for you. Foreclosure Protection Services can help save your home as they specialize in foreclosure assistance. That's all they do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-500-2021. Their network of attorneys and their agents are available to speak to you now. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, Foreclosure Protection Services can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it's too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. Call Foreclosure Protection Services now at 800-500-2021. 800-500-2021. That's 800-500-2021.
The anticipated water levels at Lake Mead over the next year has been revised to be less severe than initially projected.
The U.S. Bureau of Reclamation now estimates a drop of approximately 9 feet in water level by next October. This outlook is over 2.5 feet more favorable compared to the forecast from last month. The updated projection marks the inaugural forecast for the 2023 water year, which runs until the close of next September. Currently, Lake Mead stands at 1,066 feet above sea level. In Las Vegas, I'm John Schaefer.
The Biden administration is offering $100 million in your tax money for humanitarian aid for civilians in Gaza and the West Bank. The administration said it will help support more than 1 million people with clean water, food, and medical care. President Biden, while visiting Israel, warned Hamas not to steal or divert the U.S. aid from our country and others. A large group of people were arrested at the U.S. Capitol yesterday during a protest.
About 300 Jewish activists supporting Palestinians were taken into custody. A large group gathered in the Cannon House building rotunda and around the Capitol complex. The protesters were heard chanting, "Ceasefire now." I'm Dave Collins.
The peak of the Orionid meteor showers is this weekend. Find a dark spot and look southeast. Lance Pry, USA News.
Omaha Steaks Burger Perfection Flight, made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks, rewrites the book on burgers. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout for an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping when you order the $79.99 Burger Perfection Flight. A fantastic array of pure ground steak on a bun burger greatness. For $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight, use promo code TREAT at checkout at omahasteaks.com and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
You deserve extraordinary care close to home. From primary care to advanced specialties right here in Sullivan. And access to all that BJC Healthcare has to offer. We're here to provide the care you need. Missouri Baptist Sullivan Hospital and BJC Healthcare. Care that is comprehensive, coordinated, and completely about you. Learn more at MissouriBaptistSullivan.org.
Missouri Net News, I'm Marshall Griffin. The FBI's St. Louis field office seized 17 website domains used by IT workers in North Korea in a scheme to defraud American and foreign businesses and fund the government's weapons program. This follows seizures of $1.5 million in revenue that the group collected from unwitting victims because of the scheme. Court documents allege that North Korea dispatched thousands of IT workers to live in China and Russia with the goal of deceiving U.S. and other businesses into hiring them as freelance workers. The FBI recommends that businesses take proactive steps with remote IT workers to make it harder for so-called bad actors to hide their identities. A Kansas City Federal Reserve leader says a tight labor market continues to fuel inflation. KC Fed Executive Vice President Joseph Gruber says 4 factors play the largest role in pushing prices higher in the U.S. Energy costs, supply chain problems, workforce, and rental costs. Gruber says the lack of workers seems to be the biggest driver of inflation.
So we've heard a lot about the tightness of the labor market. We know that there's a lot of vacancies relative to the number of unemployed people. These are things that are making it difficult for firms to hire the workers they need in order to increase the output that would help bring prices down.
Gruber speculates that the September jobs report will weigh heavily as the Federal Reserve Board decides whether to increase rates as the Fed attempts to rein in inflation. Missouri's data portal has an estimated 600,000 residents who are deaf or hard of hearing. A Jefferson City church is helping reach that unserved population through the art of sign language. For those interested in learning, Pastor Randy Dignan at Bible Baptist Church is teaching classes through an online private Facebook group.
Today, people are more busy, so we have a lot more online opportunities. I actually teach free sign language phrases on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook page and Instagram. But I'm actually launching the Art of ASL, where it'll be courses that you'll be able to take on a more in-depth. I mean, everything's going online anyway nowadays.
If interested, you can reach out to his church through social media or their website. This is MissouriNet.
The following message is brought to you by Show Me Zero. Missouri now has a hands-free law to keep our roadways safe. This means a driver cannot hold their phone to make a call, cannot watch, record, or send a video, and cannot type, read, or send a text. Drivers can use hands-free features and Bluetooth. It's time to make Missouri's roads safer for everyone. After all, simple actions save lives. Visit SaveMoLives.com to learn more about Missouri's hands-free law.
Medicare open enrollment ends December 7th. The Missouri State Health Insurance Assistance Program is your trusted Medicare resource in Missouri. We're not an insurance company and we don't sell anything. Counselors can help you compare and enroll in plans, lower your Medicare costs, and more. Call 1-800-390-3330. The Missouri State Health Insurance Assistance Program, providing insurance assistance for 30 years. Funding provided by Missouri Department of Commerce and Insurance through ACL.
The cost to clean up a very old mess in St. Louis is going up. Anthony Morbith reports.
A new federal report finds that cleaning up Coldwater Creek and other radioactive sites in St. Louis County will cost more than twice what federal officials thought 6 years ago. The projected cost to clean up the creek, which has been contaminated by nuclear waste originating with the U.S. atomic bomb program of World War II, went from $177 million to $406 million last year. As the Missouri Independent reports, the reason is because of additional contamination that forced the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to expand their investigation and cleanup to include the creek's 10-year floodplain.
A body has been found in a train car carrying corn that was being delivered to a Tyson plant in Arkansas. Law enforcement officials say the train car left the country of Mexico empty and was filled with corn in Missouri. The decomposed body of a man was pulled from the train car. His identity is unknown. An autopsy has been ordered. This is
Hi, my name is Tyler Garner, loan officer at First State Community Bank in Sullivan. Whether you're looking for a home or building a new one, it's good to have options. That's why our team at First State Community Bank offers flexible options to fit your specific needs. See our team for financing that includes construction loans, fixed rate mortgages, homes with acreage, lot and acreage loans, refinancing, and pre-qualification. Come see me, Tyler, at FSCB in Sullivan today, and I'll work to find the right solution for you.
First State Community Bank, member FDIC, online at fscb.com.
If your saving for retirement strategy involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," we need to talk. Hi, I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Donnie Greenwald. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Stop by our office at number 10 First Community Plaza in Sullivan. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
St. Louis County Police investigating a suspicious death yesterday after a man was found shot dead in a Jennings home. Police said they responded to a call for a shooting in a residence in the 5700 block of Apricot in Jennings just before 7 p.m. Officers at the scene found an adult male who had been shot. The man was pronounced at the scene. A person is dead after a single car accident on West Florissant in St. Louis yesterday. According to St. Louis Metropolitan Police, the accident happened at 4:20 p.m. at the 5400 block of West Florissant Avenue. The driver of the vehicle was transported to an area hospital where they were pronounced deceased. The Missouri Attorney General's office secured a conviction against a Franklin County man for child sexual abuse and rape. A Franklin County grand jury indicted Brett Pendleton in January of 2018. According to the indictment, Pendleton took an 8-year-old child who he knew to a motel room, forced her to smoke marijuana and ingest methamphetamine, then sexually abused the child for several hours. A family member later discovered the child. They took her to a hospital to report the incident. The Washington Police Department investigated the matter, found enough evidence corroborating the victim's account to make an arrest. County authorities requested that the Attorney General's office handle the prosecution. Jurors deliberated for an hour before returning a guilty verdict. The Missouri State Highway Patrol reported a fatal accident in Cass County at 3:33 p.m. yesterday on I-49 southbound north of East 307th Street. 54-year-old Shelley L. Merrick of Adrian was driving a 2013 Kia Optima, ran off the right side of the roadway and overturned. Merrick was pronounced at the scene by a Central Cass County ambulance paramedic. A 15-year-old boy from Archie was a passenger in the vehicle. He had serious injuries and was transported by life flight to Children's Mercy Hospital. The Highway Patrol reported a late fatality. This accident happened in Jefferson County at 2:16 p.m. Tuesday on northbound US 61 at Riverdale Drive. A 17-year-old juvenile female from Arnold was driving a 2006 Honda Accord, made a left turn into the path of a 2003 Harley-Davidson ridden by 35-year-old Adam R. Turville of Arnold. The front of the Accord struck the motorcycle. 35-year-old Adam R. Turville of Arnold was transported to Mercy Hospital South by Rock Township Ambulance District, where he was pronounced deceased. There was an accident in Franklin County at 3:49 p.m. yesterday on Highway NN south of West Mangan Drive. A 17-year-old male juvenile from Pacific was driving a 1998 Jeep Cherokee, struck the rear of a 2016 Chrysler Town & Country, driven by 63-year-old Vicky L. Baumhager of Pacific. Baumhager had minor injuries and was taken to Mercy Hospital St. Louis by Merrimack Ambulance District. There was an accident at 12:59 p.m. yesterday in Washington County on Roderick Road near Missouri 47. The Highway Patrol says 32-year-old William E. Newsom of Cadet was driving a 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, traveled off the right side of the roadway, overcorrected, then traveled off the left side of the roadway and struck trees. 32-year-old William Newsom of Cadet had minor injuries. He was taken to Mercy Hospital South by Washington County Ambulance District. The Missouri State Highway Patrol made an arrest in St. Charles County at 1:47 this morning. 50-year-old Brian D. Carnes of Pacific arrested on a patrol charge of driving while intoxicated. He was taken to Mercy in St. Louis and then released. At 3:42 p.m. yesterday in Washington County, 55-year-old Neil E. Stout of Robertsville was arrested on a Franklin County failure to appear, no valid license, no insurance, no seatbelt, careless and imprudent driving. He was taken to the Washington County Jail and was bondable. At 12:48 p.m. yesterday in Franklin County, 24-year-old Jacob T. Holtz of Londell arrested on a patrol charge of resisting arrest by flight and Franklin County felony warrant for domestic assault 3rd degree. He was taken to the Franklin County Adult Detention Facility and was bondable. The Missouri Department of Conservation wants to help women discover the fun of duck hunting. MDC is holding a free women's duck hunting clinic on Tuesday, November 7th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the August A. Bush Shooting Range and Outdoor Education Center in Defiance. Participants will have the chance to go beyond the classroom for first-hand field experience at one of 2 mentored duck hunts December 2nd and 3rd. This program is for women ages 16 and up who have not duck hunted before and want a safe gateway into the sport. It will cover all the basics of duck hunting. These will include safety measures, duck habitats and migration, proper cover, clothing, firearms and equipment, and tips on using duck hunting blinds and decoy placement. The class will also look at duck hunting regulations, limits, and identification. Attendance at the clinic is required before participating in the hunts. Women who complete the clinic will then have 2 options for participating in a mentored hunt, Saturday, December 2nd from 5 a.m. till noon, and Sunday, December 3rd from 5 a.m. till noon. Interested participants should register online for the hunt of their choice at mdc.mo.gov. Registering for one of the hunts will also enroll them in the clinic. Interested participants must also be hunter education certified by the date of the hunt. MDC will provide all equipment, firearms, and ammunition needed for the hunts. Participants may also bring their own equipment if they have it. Both hunts will take place near the August A. Bush Memorial Conservation Area in St. Charles. The August A. Bush Shooting Range and Outdoor Education Center, located at 3550 Route D in Defiance, approximately 5 miles west of Highway 94. Merrimack State Park will be hosting its annual Spooktacular Halloween event this Saturday. All events take place in the field across from the check-in booth, unless otherwise noted. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. is a coloring contest, 1:30 p.m. scavenger hunt, 2 to 4 p.m. naturalist station, 4 p.m. jack-o'-lantern contest, pumpkins due at 4 p.m., 5 to 7 p.m. trick-or-treating, campground roads closed from 4:45 p.m. to 7:15 p.m., and then at 7:30 p.m. is a movie, Meet in the Field across from the Shower House number 1. And a reminder to residents of Bourbon, the Bourbon bulk trash pickup will be coming up this Tuesday. That is a look at your local news on a Thursday. I'm Sam Scott.
For over a century, Seidenstricker-Nobe Partners has remained a trusted dealer serving both Missouri and Illinois. Our certified technicians are committed to delivering top-notch service, ensuring you're ready for the spring. Right now, take advantage of our special offer: free pickup and delivery on all 1 through 5 Series John Deere compact tractors, gators, and mowers. Don't wait, schedule your winter service today.
Offer valid through 12/30/2023. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Must be within 30 miles of SMP dealership.
We all want to be the best version of ourselves, and Compass Health Network is your preferred provider for all things related to your health and well-being. From primary care and mental health services to pediatric and adult dental procedures, our professional and compassionate staff is here for you. Call us today at 844-853-8937 or visit compasshealthnetwork.org to find a location in your area. Compass Health Network is here to help you reach your healthcare goals.
In recent funeral notices, Carol Joan Banta, née Marsh of Steelville, passed away Monday, October 16th at the age of 94. Funeral services will be held at 11 o'clock this morning at the Steelville Presbyterian Church. Burial will be in the Steelville Cemetery. Memorials may be given to the Steelville Food Pantry. All arrangements are under the direction of the Hudson Funeral Home of Steelville. Douglas J. Crownover Sr. of Cuba passed away Friday, October 13th at Mercy Hospital in Springfield. He was 64. Visitation will be from 3 until 5 p.m. Friday at the Hudson Funeral Home in Cuba. The funeral service will immediately follow at 5. The family chose cremation as his final disposition. His interment will be in the Woodland Cemetery in Jackson, Michigan at a later time. Memorials are suggested to the St. Robert Fire Department or the Columbia Township Fire Department in Brooklyn, Michigan. Norma Lee King, née Atwell of Bourbon, passed away in Sullivan Saturday at the age of 92. Visitation will be Friday from 10:30 a.m. till noon at the Hudson Funeral Home in Cuba. A funeral service will immediately follow at noon. A private family interment will be held at a later date at Crossroads Cemetery. Memorials are suggested to Crossroads Cemetery of Leesburg in the name of Norma King. Albert Irwin Schultze, known to many as Al, passed away Sunday, October 15th in St. Louis at the age of 78. A remembrance memorial service will be held at noon Saturday at the Eaton Funeral Home in Sullivan. Visitation will be from 10 till noon on Saturday at the Eaton Funeral Home prior to the memorial service. Memorial contributions may be made to the International Lions Club in the name of Al Schultze. Gordian George Gruss of St. Clair passed away Thursday, October 12th at the age of 91. Funeral Mass will be held Monday at 10 a.m. at St. Clair Catholic Church in St. Clair. Burial will be in the St. Clair Catholic Church in St. Clair. Visitation will be from 3 until 8 p.m. on Sunday with a rosary service at 3 p.m. and then visitation after 9 a.m. Monday at Russell Colonial Funeral Home in St. Clair. Memorials may be made to St. Clair Catholic Cemetery Fund in the name of Gordian Gruss. The complete funeral announcements with all the survivors will air with our 8 o'clock expanded edition of KTUI News.
Do you have a guy? Like your dad or grandpa had a guy. Something broke around the house you couldn't fix, Gramps would say, call my guy. He probably drove an old blue pickup, big tool chest in the back, decades of calluses on strong hands. Name on his shirt like Don or Ed or Buddy. He just always seemed to know the best way to fix any problem. That's why Grandpa trusted him. There's not many of those guys around today, and no wonder. Between taxes and technology, insurance and licensing, it's hard to be that guy and be competitive. Well, that's why this company started. We love what we do, and we still want to be that guy. Independent technicians, generations of combined experience, all joined together as one powerful team. Strength in numbers, you know? If you're ever stuck with a broken furnace or air conditioner, now you've got a guy.
We're Level 9 Heating and Cooling.
Level9HVAC.com.
From the KTUI WeatherBug Weather Center for this morning, expecting mostly clear skies. Sunny this afternoon, high temperature of 67 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 47. On Friday, sunny, high 68. Friday night, clear, a low of 50. On your Saturday, sunny, high temperature 70. Saturday night, mostly clear, low temperature 43. Saturday night, mostly clear, low 43. On Sunday, sunny, high 64. And Sunday night, partly cloudy, a low of 46. For KTUI, I'm Andrew Brady.
Thank you, Andrew. 55 degrees here at the studios of KTUI. We're coming up on 23 past 7 o'clock. And Franklin County Sheriff Steve Pelton, scheduled to be my guest at 8:30 this morning. 9:10 this morning, Scenic Regional Library is supposed to be sending a couple people. And then at 10:05, live from the White Mule Winery. And happy birthday today to Miriam Maston, Mickey Dildine, David Blankenship, Tony Schwarm, and happy anniversary to Kevin and Vicky Koch. All right, Bobby D's got some sports for you here on KTUI. Stay tuned.
Checking out sports on this Thursday, the Blues have had 4 consecutive days off from game action, giving them ample time to recover and prepare for their second of a 3-game homestand. The biggest story so far, the Blues' initial games, has been the play of Jordan Binnington, who stopped 63 of 65 shots faced in 2 games. The Blues will need to ignite their offense in front of Binnington soon, however, as they've scored just 1 goal in each game and are looking for their first power play goal. The Blues will pick up their pace of games with 2 home games the next 3 nights against the Coyotes tonight and the Pittsburgh Penguins on Saturday. The Blues will also be introducing the inductees to the St. Louis Blues Hall of Fame's 2024 class at tonight's game. That game will be on 1560 AM and on the TuneIn app at KTUI-AM with pregame at 6:30, puck drop at 7:10 tonight. The 2023 Rawlings Gold Glove Award finalists were announced on Wednesday afternoon, with the winners set to be unveiled on Sunday, November 5th. There are 3 finalists per league at each position, including the utility spot, which was awarded for the first time in 2022. To determine the winners at the 9 standard positions, the 30 MLB managers and up to 6 coaches from each team vote from a pool of players in their league, excluding players from their own team. These votes comprise 75% of the selection total, with the SABR Defensive Index accounting for the other 25%. For the first time since 2012, the NL will have a Gold Glove Award winner at third base not named Nolan Arenado. Arenado won the award in each of the past 10 seasons, but he's not a finalist in 2023. One of the 3 finalists at the utility position, Tommy Edmond, the 2021 National League Gold Glove Award winner at second base, also showed his versatility this year as he produced a +10 outs above average while playing center field, shortstop, and second base for the Cardinals. With the end of Week 7 marking the halfway point of the 2023 college football season, the Associated Press released its mid-season All-America team. 3 Missouri Tigers, wide receiver Luther Burden III, cornerback Chris Abrams-Drain, and offensive tackle Javon Foster received honors in the AP's announcement. Both Burden and Abrams-Drain were named to the first team for their respective sides of the ball, and both came in as the second option at each position. Foster was named as a second-team selection. Missouri defensive end Darius Robinson earned SEC Defensive Player of the Week accolades for his team-leading 6-tackle performance against Kentucky on Saturday. He recorded a career-high 2 sacks, 2.5 tackles for loss, while helping Missouri rally back from a 14-point deficit at Kentucky. It is the first conference accolade for Robinson. Missouri graduate linebacker Chad Bailey will not play in his final homecoming game as a Tiger. Head coach Eli Drinkwitz said Bailey will be out for Saturday's game against South Carolina with a core muscle injury that he's battled since before the first of the season. The Missouri Baptist Spartans women's soccer team righted their listing ship in a big way on Wednesday night at Spartan Field, outshooting Williams Baptist University Eagles 33-1 en route to a 4-0 victory. Senior Gianna Gore from Union continued her hot streak by scoring in her second consecutive game. Gabby Matley from Borgia was in goal for MBU and faced just 1 shot. Abby Layton from Pacific saw 23 minutes off the bench for the Spartans. In college volleyball last night, it was Indian Hills Community College beating Jefferson Community College by a 3-0 score. No stats were available. College sports schedule for tonight: Indiana State at Evansville in women's soccer, Alabama at Ole Miss, and Duquesne at St. Louis U. In volleyball, East Central is at Shawnee Community College in Newland, Illinois at 5:30 this evening. Stevens College at Harris Stowe at 6 o'clock. Looking at the high school scoreboard from last night in Class 1 District 5 volleyball at Eugene. First round matchups, it was Chamois over Otterville 3-2, and Eugene down Columbia Independent 3-0. Class 4 District 2 at Webster Groves, Summit a 3-1 victor over Visitation, and Windsor into Pacific season with a 3-0 victory. Class 4 District 5 at Jeff City. The host school, Jeff City over Camdenton 3-1, and Helias blanked Capital City 3-0. Class 5 District 2 at Narings Hall. Eureka a 3-0 win over the host school, Narings Hall, and Marquette put an end to Borges' season with a 3-0 victory. There was a middle school girls basketball game yesterday afternoon. It was Bourbon over Bland in the A-team game 46-30. Bourbon also took the B-team game 44-13. Looking at the local sports schedule for tonight, there is a high school football game tonight. Sullivan will be on the road at North County to take on the Raiders, and that'll wrap up the regular season for the Eagles. We'll have that game on the air tonight. High school volleyball district tournament play tonight. Class 1 District 5 at Eugene in the semifinal round. Top seed New Haven will play Chamois at 5 o'clock, followed by number 2 Smithton against Eugene at 6:30. The winners will play for the district championship at 6 p.m. on October the 23rd. Class 2 District 6 at Herman. Top seed Herman will take on Lynn at 6 o'clock. Father Tolton against Montgomery County at 7:30. In the other semifinals, the winners will play on the 23rd for the championship. Class 2 District 8 at Dixon. Top seed Licking will play Bourbon at 4:30. Number 2 Houston against Steelville at 6 o'clock. And the winners again playing on the 23rd at 5 o'clock for the championship. Class 3 District 9 at Owensville. 5 o'clock tonight. Top seed St. Clair will play Cuba, followed by number 2 Sullivan against Owensville at 6:30. And the winner's scheduled to play on the 24th at 5 o'clock for the championship. Class 4 District 2 at Webster Groves. Coming up tonight, it's first round action. Parkway West against Lutheran South at 4:30. Number 3 Washington will play number 6 Webster Groves at 6 o'clock. Boys soccer on tap for tonight. Valley Park at Sullivan will be varsity only starting at 5. Borgia at St. Dominic, JV, then varsity at 4:30. Washington at Holt, JV, then varsity at 4:30. And Pacific at Union, varsity, then JV at 5 o'clock. Middle school girls basketball for tonight. Sullivan will be at St. James, Washington at Cuba, Union at Herman, and St. Clair at Owensville, Steelville at Pacific. Those are all 5:30 start times. Middle school football tonight. St. James will be at Pacific for a combined 7th and 8th grade game at 5 o'clock. Windsor at St. Clair for 7th and 8th grade at 5 and 7 kickoffs respectively. Our sports on the air tonight. We have Blues hockey on 1560 AM and on the TuneIn app at KTUI-AM as they host the Arizona Coyotes. Pregame at 6:30. They'll drop the puck at 7:10. On 102.1 KTUI FM, it'll be high school football. Sullivan traveling to North County to take on the Raiders in their final regular season game of the year. Our pregame at 6:40 with kickoff at 7 o'clock. That's your look at sports on this Thursday. Have a great day, everybody. This is Bobby D.
Hi, this is Nick from Schmidt Auto Center. As everything in the world has become more expensive, you can count on us to get you the very best value possible for your hard-earned dollar. Whether that's for a pre-owned vehicle or to get the one that you have repaired, we're here for you. Call Schmidt Auto Center at 573-468-2233. Come by and see us at 750 South Service Road or check our inventory at schmidtautocenter.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. It's coming up on 29 before 8 o'clock here at the studios of KTUI. And I'm Sam Scott. Mike Bittner, he's here in the building somewhere. I don't know where he just... Oh, there he is. Let's see. Mike, you probably didn't play the lottery.
No.
No, but if you had, maybe you would have won, but only if you had picked the numbers 1, 4, 13, 35, 58, and the Powerball of 24.
You know what I would have done? I'd have picked probably none of those numbers.
So the power play was 2 times. No grand prize winner. The estimated grand prize was $49.9 million. And you could have opted for the $22.6 million in cash. Next Powerball drawing is Saturday night. The estimated jackpot will be $70 million. And you could opt for the $31.7 million in cash if you happen to win that lottery prize. So what did you do last night?
I went and got educated and everything last night.
Educated?
Yeah, I did. I went to the high school.
You got educated?
I went to the high school
Okay.
and watched the theatrical production of The Taming of the Shrew put on by Sullivan High School.
Oh, well, okay.
The kids did a great job. I would not be a good person to talk much about it because it's William Shakespeare, based off The Taming of the Shrew. I can't even spell Shakespeare. So
Starts with an S.
Yeah, it ends with a spear.
Yeah.
But the kids did a really
starts
good job.
with a William.
Yeah, it starts with a William. That's true too. No, the kids did a really good job with it. Yeah. Last night was media night, so run through for the first run through of it. So there was a few things that they're going to work on, but I thought all in all the kids did a great job on it. It's starting tonight. Actually open to the public tonight through the 20th or 21st, 19th to the 21st. Got $5 for the Eagles to get in, $7 for the public to get in. And it starts at 7 o'clock. But the music has some really good music. They got a little pre-band. I don't know how you want to put it, that they start with, and it's really good.
Was it like the jazz band or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like from the era.
But I mean, was it our high school kids?
No, it was high school kids. Yeah, it was three. It was 3 kids.
Oh, 3 kids.
Yeah.
Oh.
In fact, I can tell you who they are. I got a copy of the playbill right here.
Oh.
If I can get through it, I fumble through things a lot, but you know that already. Okay, I'm probably going to butcher some names.
All right.
Farron Harlacker.
Harlacker, yeah.
Spencer Counts.
Spencer, yeah.
And Abram Denny.
Okay.
Okay. They were the 3 that were the pre-show band. And they did a really good job. The, being from Shakespearean times, if you will, and some of the names, and they're talking in the Old English, if you will, which is kind of hard to understand for some people. But the kids really did good. They had the scenery was good. Some of the costumes were really good, and some of the costumes were actually stuff from World War I. One of the boys wore a pair of pants that actually belonged to a World War I man that had his name in him still.
Shakespeare didn't live during World War I.
No, but he thought about it. I'm sure he probably thought about it. But no, it was pretty impressive. The kids did a pretty good job last night, and I would highly recommend people go see it tonight or tomorrow night.
So if Shakespeare, what do they call it? Elizabethan?
Yes, Elizabethan. That's it. Yeah.
The Old English,
the dialogue of it.
If that's too tough for you, maybe you should watch Kiss Me Kate.
Yeah, you were talking. I didn't know that. You were telling me about that.
Kiss Me Kate is a retelling of the Taming of the Shrew, I guess, but in more modern times. I guess they can adapt it for whatever. But anyway,
I would recommend it if you're like me and not up on Shakespeare. Do the Cliff Notes on Taming of the Shrew, and it'll kind of give you an idea, and it'll make more sense to you.
Okay.
But thank you for the school for inviting me last night for media night. I appreciated it and enjoyed it.
Who invited you, Grace?
Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grace and Dave. Dave texted me because I forgot about it.
Let's see. I started to say you were a Marine, but you are a Marine.
Oh, yeah, stay there. Yeah, it's kind
once
of forever.
a Marine, always a Marine.
Kind of forever.
Officials at Camp Lejeune, the U.S. Marine Corps base in North Carolina, says one Marine is dead, another is in custody. About 10:15 p.m. yesterday, base law enforcement authorities apprehended a Marine suspected of involvement in the death of another Marine. The incident happened in an on-base barracks room earlier in the evening, according to the TV station there, WITN. Officials say further details will be provided as they become available.
That's a bad deal there. Yeah. It's tough enough and dangerous enough. You got to protect each other.
Yeah. A female Asian elephant at the St. Louis Zoo died shortly after her herd became agitated from a small dog running loose. According to zoo officials, Ronnie died Friday at the age of 27. The zoo announced her death on Tuesday. We are absolutely devastated. We ask for the community's thoughts and support during this difficult time. Zoo director Michael Machik said in a news release, our team of professional animal care experts did everything possible, but we couldn't save Ronnie. A small, unleashed, and lost dog was seen running in a non-public area near the elephant barn Friday afternoon. Elephant care workers were trying to contain the dog, but an elephant outside the barn became agitated and then was moved inside. The dog was handed over to a shelter. Ronnie and her mother, Ellie. See, when I first heard this story, I thought they said that the mother elephant had died.
That's what I thought, yeah.
But this story says Ronnie and her mother, Ellie, came to the St. Louis Zoo from another zoo in July of 2001. The St. Louis Zoo said the move was recommended by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums Asian Elephant Species Survival Plan. The program seeks to manage the Asian elephant population in North America and maximize their health and genetic diversity. The mother, Ellie, she's still alive. She's 52, living at the zoo. Ronnie was the mother of another elephant at the zoo. That might have been what I was hearing.
Oh, okay.
16-year-old Jade. Ronnie enjoyed playing with her two sisters and was known for her unique squeaking noise when socializing with family, a noise that Jade mimics, said Katie Pilgrim-Kloppy, manager of the River's Edge area of the zoo where the elephants live. The World Wildlife Fund says Asian elephants are endangered. There are fewer than 50,000 animals in the wild. Habitat loss and poaching are blamed for their plight. It is the largest land mammal on the Asian continent.
It's probably one of the largest land mammals that there is anyway, isn't it?
Probably, yeah. I don't know. And authorities in Arizona searching for a missing woman who disappeared, reportedly driving from San Diego to Connecticut. The Coconino County Sheriff's Office said Chelsea Grimm was last seen September 28th in Williams, Arizona, though she was possibly with her vehicle on September 30th. Grimm's car was found by hunters on October 5th. They called to report a suspicious vehicle northeast of Ash Fork, Arizona. The Sheriff's Office released photos of Grimm that she had taken of herself and her pet bearded dragon. They show the shirt that she was last wearing, her vehicle, and the face mask that she wears. So,
face mask.
Yeah. Well, possibly for COVID or whatever.
Yeah.
There's still people that.
Yeah, I know there's. Yeah.
That's
fine. That's their choice.
And are you ready to shake, rattle, and roll today?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm done with it now. Thanks.
Oh,
that's all I got.
The Missouri State Emergency Management Agency holding an earthquake drill today. Southeast Missouri is home to a very large and active seismic zone.
The old New Madrid.
Really?
Yeah, you know about that? Yeah, everybody in the world knows about New Madrid.
Yeah. It caused major damage to the area in the 1800s. The Great Shakeout earthquake drill begins at 10:19 a.m. today. Participants will be instructed to drop to their knees. Mm-hmm. You don't sound like you're going to drop to your knees.
No, probably not.
Well, get up off the couch,
if I drop to my knees, I'm going to need something to get me back up.
Take the couch pillow and throw it on the floor. And
okay, that's better. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
And stay close to the arm of the couch.
Yes, I guess to hold on to.
I tell you what, I've been, we've been working on the airplane,
Yeah.
Well, we've been bleeding the brakes, so I'm on a creeper, I can remember, when my dad had a garage, get on a creeper and,
roll all over, couldn't you?
Roll out, and pop up. And,
oh, yeah.
Now I roll out, I roll
over. Get up on your knees and your hands and grab something. Yeah, hey, I resemble that.
Let's see. Participants are instructed to drop to their knees, cover your head with your hands. Get under a desk. Make sure it's nuclear hardened.
I was just going to say that. Yeah.
Hold on till the shaking stops. Anyway, you can go and find out more online by going to the Great Shakeout, I guess.
You said drop to your knees, get under your desk, and cover your head.
Yeah.
In case of an atomic attack.
Yeah.
Nuclear attack.
Well, see, that's what I always appreciated the school because, the desks were all nuclear hardened.
That's, you bet. Yeah. Yeah. All around, all the top. You didn't have to worry about it coming underneath of it because it'd be nuclear hardened at the top.
And, I mentioned to Bobby that, they always say it comes in threes,
Oh, yeah.
We had Piper Laurie.
Right.
Suzanne Summers.
Right. Who's the third one?
No, I've forgotten who the third one was. But now we've got, who just died? But anyway, Burt Young, Oscar-nominated actor. He played Paulie, the rough-hewn, mumbling and grumbling best friend and cornerman and brother-in-law to Sylvester Stallone in the Rocky franchise.
Yeah.
Young died October 8th in Los Angeles. His daughter, Anne Morea Steingeiser, told the New York Times Wednesday no cause was given. He was 83. He had acclaimed film and television roles, including Chinatown, Once Upon a Time in America, and The Sopranos. He'll always be best known for playing Paulie Panino in 6 Rocky movies. The short, paunchy, balding Young was the sort of actor who always seemed to play middle-aged, no matter how old he was.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, I think somewhere here, I don't know. I thought Stallone said something here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh yeah.
Try said Stella.
Yeah, Stella. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, he's passed on. Yeah, I liked him.
He played a good part in those movies.
Mm-hmm. And then a Democratic group aimed at recruiting and supporting younger candidates for political office announced its first slate of endorsements. Oh, Mark Goddard.
Mark Goddard, yeah.
Bobby D.
Yep.
We talked about it yesterday from Lost in Space.
Yep.
Let's see.
He was the pilot.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. He was Major Don West.
Yes.
Leaders We Deserve. It's a group founded by March for Our Lives co-founder David Hogg. Remember David Hogg? Yeah. And Kevin Latta, Representative Maxwell Frost's campaign manager. Maxwell Frost is a Democrat from Florida. They announced Thursday that the group would be supporting 3 candidates running for different state legislative races across the country, according to endorsements first shared with The Hill. Those include former Virginia delegate Nadarius Clark, running in State House District 84, Jefferson County Democratic Executive Committee member Sylvia Swain in Alabama State House District 55, and former state legislative aide Sion Amari, running in Texas State House District 113. And so I believe that young people need to get involved because it's going to be our mess that they're going to have to clean up at some point because I mean, this house of cards that we're building, it's not going to stand there forever.
It's not.
I don't think.
It's not. In fact, it's starting to come down now.
Yes, and so I'm glad they're engaging younger Americans. I feel like I understand that they're wanting more liberal people, but I think the reason that we're in this problem that we're in right now is because of liberalism.
Well, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah,
and it's also because
I'm not necessarily for.
Well,
but I do think young people need to get involved.
They need to bring. This can be hard to explain, but in my opinion, part of the problem is we're still governing in the 60s and 70s and 50s. The people that are they're governing that way. Where we need to move our governing into the next millennium, if you will. I mean, it needs to be upgraded and updated and new ideas coming.
Somehow, we need to get politics, and I have no idea how you would even ever do this, but it seems like people. I really believe that a lot of people try to get into politics for altruistic reasons.
For the proper reasons, yep, you bet.
But then, somewhere along the line, money, because most of these people, if they stay there, Well, no, money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. And that's
I
what...
never had it, so I don't miss it.
Well, that's right. But so the thing is yeah, they get a little power, they get some money, you know, if they stay there long enough, they're going to come out of this millionaires.
Yeah.
You know,
you don't have to be there very long to get it.
No, and somehow or another, we need to get it back to where, you know, it was in the beginning, where these guys, it was a job, and it was a job that they didn't necessarily want to, you know, that it was, I don't know, a calling or something. But they would go, they would vote, they would go back and run their farms, or
yep.
whatever, you know.
That's it.
I just mean,
you know, it's all
some
that
people.
way.
I mean, some people, it's a lifelong calling now, you know, for them to stay in Congress or the Senate for as long as possible. And
well, we do it.
And I know we do it.
We keep them in there.
That's what I say all the time.
Yep.
Everybody, there was the call to drain the swamp. Well, everybody wanted to drain the swamp.
Nobody wanted to vote anybody out.
But nobody wanted to vote their own person out because they, you know, that he or she had some power and, you know, they were doing a good job for whatever. So did the swamp get drained? Nah.
Didn't get touched.
No.
Well, the person that tried to help drain the swamp is being drained himself.
Well, I'm not.
You were talking about.
I'm not too worried about Mr. Trump.
No, you're talking about the people going up there and being millionaires, and instead of doing it like they used to do, and going up there, you know, working and then just going home working their farms, you know, because they had to do that to survive.
Yeah.
Everything's getting to be that way.
Well,
look at professional sports.
I know.
I mean, they're ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean, and not that many years ago, you had guys, and I've mentioned it before, Bob Gibson, Jackie Smith was a football player. They had to have jobs in the off season because they didn't make enough money.
And I don't necessarily need to know, you know, mean that those people have to have jobs.
No,
but I do say that there's probably not a professional player
that's worth that kind of money.
I used to say they would probably do it for $500,000 a year. They probably would do it for now, you know, with inflation and everything. They would probably do it for $1 million a year.
Yeah.
You know, like that. But some of them are just, you know, making, you know, $35 million.
$1 million a game.
Well, yeah, and I just mean it's just kind of gotten out of hand. But
people pay it.
But yes,
If
we're responsible for it
we keep
because
buying tickets and we keep going.
Right. That's the whole crux of the situation, I think.
You are right.
Let's see. I need to let you listen here to Joe Davis here. And we'll be back right after you hear this.
Are you looking for reliable property management services? My name is Joe Davis. I'm the broker and owner of Alliance Midwest Realty, and we offer a variety of services to suit your needs, including tenant screening and placement, rent collection and accounting, maintenance and repairs, lease agreement drafting and execution, regular property inspections, 24/7 emergency support, and more. With our comprehensive services, you can rest assured that your property is in good hands. Give us a call today at 573-259-9790. And again, 573-259-9790.
All right, thank you, Joe. And let's see, today is Conflict Resolution Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you
I
resolving?
resolve my conflicts.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day they pop up, so just.
Yeah. So what else can we celebrate today?
We can do dress like a dork day.
Now, my wife says I do that every day.
I dress like I am. It's the way it is.
I could probably talk about
Kathy, turn off the radio.
My wife's in my wife's in Atlanta, so I could probably talk about her today. You know?
Well, we're talking positive, nice things.
Whoa, yeah.
Always.
Except that she sent me a text message when she got to Atlanta last night, or yesterday afternoon, I guess. She got an Uber to go to the hotel, and she sent me a picture from the back seat of the Uber. And she said, my Uber is a Tulsa.
A Tulsa, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like,
I think she meant.
Well, so here's the thing. I mean, I know my wife knows what a Tesla is,
sure.
Right? But she's a terrible speller.
So you have to read between them anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, you know, I looked at the picture and I was like, oh, you know, that's a Tesla. And I said, you mean Tesla? And she's like, oh, darn. Autocorrect, you know, and she goes, and I don't have my glasses on.
Oh, there you go. Two things against her.
So, but anyway,
Yeah, well, I don't leave the house without seeing what I'm wearing anyway.
Oh, I see.
Evaluate your life day.
Okay. Well, that didn't take long.
No, I'm done. Get to know your customers day.
You know, I think we do this like 4 times a year.
Yeah, it should be done every day.
It should be done every day.
Every day.
But yeah.
Your customers are what make you go. So, International Credit Union Day.
Oh, I belong to a credit
I don't belong to one. No, I do. But maybe I should. International Gin and Tonic Day. When's the last time you had a gin and tonic?
Never.
I've had it, but it's been
Really?
Oh man,
I've never had
so many
gin
years
and
ago.
tonic.
I don't think I can even do it. Okay, then you got your International Shakeout Day. You were just talking about
Yes.
that. Then LGBT Center Awareness Day. Didn't know there was one.
Well, now you're
I'm aware of it. Yep.
Yeah.
National Get Smart About Credit Day.
Oh.
You know, and then you were talking about Maxwell something on the guy that was the corner guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Paulie?
Paulie, you know,
Yeah.
Maxwell used
Yeah.
me those Maxwell Smart, so I made me think of. Doesn't fit, I know, but you know, it goes with what it goes. National Seafood Bisque Day.
I've never had that
I
either.
don't know that I ever have either. I like seafood, so.
I like fish.
Yes.
I'm not a huge, what do they call it? Hard
shell guy, yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I can eat lobster.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of work for what you get out.
That's like crabs. That's like crabs.
Yeah, crabs.
I'd love to eat crabs.
I mean,
just too much
well,
work.
but the thing is, I'm not going to say that I don't like it.
Oh, I do, yeah.
But it just seems like a lot of work, you know.
I'm hungry by the time I get it all. I
That's
don't
right.
eat enough to make up the difference.
Well, it's like, you know, you come, they got the lobster on your plate, and you
Yeah.
got to crack it open and all that stuff. If they'd have brought you a hot dog, you'd be done by now.
Oh, yeah. I'd be more fulfilled. And not be quite as hungry.
Yeah.
New Friends Day. I try to hang on to the ones I got. I try not to lose any, so new ones are. Rainforest Day. Getting thinner and thinner.
So I went through a rainforest one time.
Yeah.
They said, I can't remember what they told me. Like it was one of the only, or maybe the only rainforest in the United States, but it was in Hawaii. It was on the side of a, volcano. But
The largest rainforest in the world, I think, is in Brazil.
Probably.
I think that's where it's at. It's in Brazil.
This rainforest wasn't very big because I walked from the beginning of it up to there was a waterfall.
Mhm.
You come out of the rainforest at the waterfall, so
You still have to walk in one. Most people don't.
yeah.
Spirit Day.
It was mug. It was. I mean, it was like.
Humidity is 190%.
Yeah, it's like it was like it wasn't raining,
No.
but there was
moisture.
And when I stepped out to where the waterfall was, man, I was drenched.
Yep.
You know.
And Spirit Day.
Okay.
You have your spirit on you today?
I guess.
Okay. All right. We're purple for Domestic Violence Awareness Day.
Oh, I didn't wear purple.
I don't think I
green.
even have anything purple.
I don't know if I do or not.
I don't think I do.
My wife doesn't like purple.
You don't like purple?
No, she doesn't wear purple at all. My sister, she loves purple. It's her favorite color.
I could care less either way.
Yeah, well.
World Pediatric Bone and Joint Day.
Oh, okay. Those are important.
Yeah, they are. So those are things you can celebrate today if you take the notion to.
All right. Well, I think I brought up that my wife was riding to the hotel in Tulsa.
Yeah, and yes.
Because
Atlanta.
Tesla's aggressive price cuts have juiced demand for the electric vehicles, but at a steep cost, even as it notched a rise in revenue compared with last year thanks to more vehicle deliveries. The EV maker reported a 44% dive in third quarter profit yesterday. EV adoption has slowed just as Tesla faces increasing competition from rivals like Ford and GM, and its most popular models are aging. The company said it will deliver its long-delayed Cybertruck starting in November, but the pickup isn't expected to have mass market appeal. Well, that's because it's ugly.
It is ugly. I've seen a picture of it. It's not. No.
I don't know. And then now you're finding out that some of these electric vehicles, if you damage the the quarter panels or something like that. It costs
you a small fortune.
Oh yeah. You could. I forgot what vehicle it was. Was it the Ford? Was it the Lightning?
They said you could almost buy a new one.
You could buy a new car, a small car, for what it costs to replace the quarter panels on some of these EVs and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw a picture of that truck the other day on a commercial actually, and it was.
Yeah. So the problem EV makers right now that we had a story was that people are not buying them. So some of the like Nissan and I can't remember if it was Ford or somebody, they were going back to concentrating on the hybrids because people are not happy with the range on the electric vehicles.
There's not a tremendous amount of places to charge them yet. If if you drive a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Now I think. I actually, for over a year now, I've sort of kept my eye out for an electric smart car.
Yeah.
Because I live like a mile from here.
Right. Yeah, you have one of those, though.
A smart car?
Yeah, don't you have one? Is it called a golf cart?
It's not electric.
Oh, is it?
It's gas.
It's gas? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That's the, we use that from the hangar to the main building at the airport, to use the bathrooms.
Well, nothing wrong with that. You gotta go.
We also have a bicycle.
Yeah, you want that fold-up bike?
Yeah, it's a fold-up bicycle, but it got a flat tire.
Yeah.
And so I bought a new inner tube the other day, and Dad and I went to eat lunch one day. When we come back, Robert was riding it around. So apparently he'd taken I bought the inner tube, but I never got ambitious enough to. But I only bought it about a week ago.
Well, that's not bad, then.
Yeah, but I mean, I never got around to putting it in the bike, but Robert did that. So, yeah.
Has he still got his electric bike?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
He rides it, yeah.
Not.
Let's see. We're about a minute and a half away from 8 o'clock. And
got birthdays. Did anybody over there?
Yeah. We've got some birthdays. Oh, we're up to 57 degrees.
Getting warm now.
I think it was 59 when I got here this morning, about
it was
a little after 3. It was
50. It was 58. It might have been 58 or 57 when I came in. I can't remember.
It was, yeah. Well, it dropped off to 55, and now we're back up. Miriam Maston has a birthday today. Mickey Dildine, David Blankenship, and Tony Schwarm. And then Kevin Koch and his wife Vicky celebrating an anniversary today. Coming up at 8:30, we'll be talking with Franklin County Sheriff Steve Pelton. Then at 9:10, some folks, don't know who yet, but from Scenic Regional Library. And then 10:05, live from the White Mule Winery. Charlie was in here yesterday. Not Charlie Schlottick, Charlie Nelson, I think's her name. She brought a cable in there that had been broken, and so I started fixing it. And then I found out after I fixed the middle part of it, I found out one of the ends was busted, so we just give her a new.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, give her a new cable. Get on out of here. So anyway,
you got 1560 back on yesterday.
50, yeah. Well, you and me and Robert.
Well, I didn't do anything. I just was there for moral support.
Well, anyway, yeah. So, AM 1560 KTUI Sullivan. It's 8 o'clock. Here's the news.
USA News. I'm Lance Pry. President Biden will address the nation tonight from the Oval Office. Biden will discuss the U.S. response to the Hamas terrorist attacks, murdering roughly 1,400 Israeli civilians on day one of the war, and all that followed. The primetime speech is at 8 p.m. Eastern. Biden will also discuss the first war under his administration's watch, Russia's invasion of Ukraine. A court staffer is facing charges after approaching presidential candidate Donald Trump during his New York City alleged fraud trial.
The employee apparently entered the courtroom where Trump was sitting with his 2 sons and top executives during a mid-morning break. She allegedly walked towards the front of the room and yelled something at Trump, with the State Office of Administration saying she mentioned assisting him. Court officers stopped the staffer before she got too close, and she was charged with second-degree contempt of court and placed on administrative leave while the investigation plays out. I'm Dave Collins.
A Democrat senator is calling out members of the squad in the House. Democrats Rashida Tlaib of Michigan and Ilhan Omar of Minnesota publicly blamed the bombing of the hospital in Gaza on Israel, where hundreds died. Yesterday, the IDF released communications between Hamas operatives where they admitted in the conversation the missile was fired by Islamic jihadists and malfunctioned. Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania posted, quote, "It's truly disturbing that members of Congress rush to blame Israel." He added, "Who would take the word of a group that just massacred innocent Israeli civilians over our key ally?" End quote. President Biden says he's seen the evidence it was a result of an errant Hamas missile. A U.S. defense official says 2 attack drones thought to be targeting American forces were shot down in Iraq yesterday. The official said it's not clear who launched the drones. USA News.
Right now, you can eliminate odors, mold, mildew, bacteria, and viruses in your home with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm uses Oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules that seek out and destroy odors. The Thunderstorm doesn't mask or cover up bad smells, it eliminates them, leaving that fresh, clean smell, just like after a thunderstorm. The Thunderstorm is small, plugs right into the wall, and fits in the palm of your hand. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, or anywhere you want clean, fresh air. It even includes a USB cord for your car or truck. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200, a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code USA3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Use USA and the number 3. Shipping is free.
A large group of people were arrested at the U.S. Capitol yesterday during a protest.
About 300 Jewish activists supporting Palestinians were taken into custody. The large group gathered in the Cannon House building rotunda and around the Capitol complex. The protesters were heard chanting, "Ceasefire now." I'm Dave Collins.
The Biden administration is offering $100 million in your tax money for humanitarian aid for civilians in Gaza and the West Bank. The administration said it will help support more than 1 million people with clean water, food, and medical care. President Biden, while visiting Israel, warned Hamas not to steal or divert the U.S. aid from our country and others. The anticipated water levels at Lake Mead over the next year has been revised to be less severe than initially projected.
The U.S. Bureau of Reclamation now estimates a drop of approximately 9 feet in water level by next October. This outlook is over 2.5 feet more favorable compared to the forecast from last month. The updated projection marks the inaugural forecast for the 2023 water year, which runs until the close of next September. Currently, Lake Mead stands at 1,066 feet above sea level. In Las Vegas, I'm John Schaefer.
The peak of the Orionid meteor showers is this weekend. Find a dark spot and look southeast. Lance Pry, USA News.
Omaha Steaks Burger Perfection Flight, made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks, rewrites the book on burgers. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout for an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping when you order the $79.99 Burger Perfection Flight. A fantastic array of pure ground steak on a bun burger greatness. For $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight, use promo code TREAT at checkout at omahasteaks.com and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
You deserve extraordinary care close to home. From primary care to advanced specialties right here in Sullivan. And access to all that BJC Healthcare has to offer. We're here to provide the care you need. Missouri Baptist Sullivan Hospital and BJC Healthcare. Care that is comprehensive, coordinated, and completely about you. Learn more at MissouriBaptistSullivan.org.
Missouri Net News, I'm Anthony Morabeth. The Kansas City Federal Reserve leader says 4 factors have been driving inflation. KC Fed Executive Vice President Joseph Gruber says inflation has been fueled mostly by a tight labor market, but also by high energy costs, housing costs, and lingering supply chain problems. He also acknowledges the agricultural economy has been hurt by the drought.
And we have seen a decline in farm incomes this year relative to last year. But overall, farm economy still appears to be fairly healthy.
State and local agencies in Missouri have until Sunday to ask the federal government for reimbursements for money spent on recent natural disasters. Requests should be submitted to the State Emergency Management Agency by 11:59 p.m. Saturday. And youth have an opportunity to participate in the youth portion of the Deer Firearms season coming up next weekend on October 28th and 29th. Visit the State Department of Conservation for more details. This is Missouri Net.
The Missouri Veterans Home is a long-term, skilled care facility specializing in meeting the needs of Missouri's veterans. We have the opportunity to serve the veterans who have served so many others.
The nurses and the help that we have here, they're just such wonderful people.
Missouri's veterans homes are now accepting admissions. Visit mvc.dps.mo.gov. Football season is vaccine season. Get your COVID-19 vaccine information from your healthcare provider. Dr. Laura Morris with University of Missouri Healthcare.
Immunity after getting the shots, even if you got 2 or 3, and that immunity tapers off and drops down. It's important to get your shot updated, so the vaccine that you can get this fall will be a good match. It'll help protect you the way that the vaccines you got last year or the year before, so we need to keep you updated.
A message from the Missouri Immunization Coalition. Learn more at moimmunize.org.
When it comes to your finances, you need a team you can trust, someone who can help you through any situation, a local community bank you can depend on. At First State Community Bank, we are that partner. And because we're committed to Sullivan, you won't have to worry about changes to your accounts or locations. Come see me, Jordan Todd, in Sullivan today. My team and I are excited to partner with you. We'll make the process of switching banks quick and easy.
First State Community Bank, member FDIC, online at fscb.com.
Do you see yourself traveling, working part-time, or moving somewhere warmer when you retire? Hi, I'm Donnie Greenwalt, your Sullivan Edward Jones financial advisor, and I want to help make your retirement goals a reality. Let's talk about where you are, where you want to be, and how we get you there. Together, we can plan for the expected and make sure you're ready for the unexpected. Call me at 573-468-6046 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
St. Louis County Police investigating a suspicious death yesterday after a man was found shot dead in a Jennings home. Police said they responded to a call for a shooting at a residence in the 5700 block of Apricot in Jennings just before 7 p.m. Officers at the scene found an adult male who had been shot. The man was pronounced at the scene. A person is dead after a single car accident on West Florissant in St. Louis yesterday. According to St. Louis Metropolitan Police, the accident happened at 4:20 p.m. at the 5400 block of West Florissant Avenue. The driver of the vehicle was transported to an area hospital where they were pronounced deceased. The Missouri Attorney General's office secured a conviction against a Franklin County man for child sexual abuse and rape. A Franklin County grand jury indicted Brett Pendleton in January of 2018. According to the indictment, Pendleton took an 8-year-old child who he knew to a motel room, forced her to smoke marijuana and ingest methamphetamine, then sexually abused the child for several hours. A family member later discovered the child. They took her to a hospital to report the incident. The Washington Police Department investigated the matter, found enough evidence corroborating the victim's account to make an arrest. County authorities requested that the Attorney General's office handle the prosecution. Jurors deliberated for an hour before returning a guilty verdict. The Missouri State Highway Patrol reported a fatal accident in Cass County at 3:33 p.m. yesterday on I-49 southbound north of East 307th Street. 54-year-old Shelley L. Merrick of Adrian was driving a 2013 Kia Optima, ran off the right side of the roadway and overturned. Merrick was pronounced at the scene by a Central Cass County ambulance paramedic. A 15-year-old boy from Archie was a passenger in the vehicle. He had serious injuries and was transported by life flight to Children's Mercy Hospital. The Highway Patrol reported a late fatality. This accident happened in Jefferson County at 2:16 p.m. Tuesday on northbound US 61 at Riverdale Drive. A 17-year-old juvenile female from Arnold was driving a 2006 Honda Accord, made a left turn into the path of a 2003 Harley-Davidson ridden by 35-year-old Adam R. Turville of Arnold. The front of the Accord struck the motorcycle. 35-year-old Adam R. Turville of Arnold was transported to Mercy Hospital South by Rock Township Ambulance District, where he was pronounced deceased. There was an accident in Franklin County at 3:49 p.m. yesterday on Highway NN south of West Mangan Drive. A 17-year-old male juvenile from Pacific was driving a 1998 Jeep Cherokee, struck the rear of a 2016 Chrysler Town & Country, driven by 63-year-old Vicky L. Baumhager of Pacific. Baumhager had minor injuries and was taken to Mercy Hospital, St. Louis by Merrimack Ambulance District. There was an accident at 12:59 p.m. yesterday in Washington County on Roderick Road near Missouri 47. The Highway Patrol says 32-year-old William E. Newsom of Cadet was driving a 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee, traveled off the right side of the roadway, overcorrected, then traveled off the left side of the roadway and struck trees. 32-year-old William Newsom of Cadet had minor injuries. He was taken to Mercy Hospital South by Washington County Ambulance District. The Missouri State Highway Patrol made an arrest in St. Charles County at 1:47 this morning. 50-year-old Brian D. Carnes of Pacific arrested on a patrol charge of driving while intoxicated. He was taken to Mercy in St. Louis and then released. At 3:42 p.m. yesterday in Washington County, 55-year-old Neil E. Stout of Robertsville was arrested on a Franklin County failure to appear, no valid license, no insurance, no seatbelt, careless and imprudent driving. He was taken to the Washington County Jail and was bondable. At 12:48 p.m. yesterday in Franklin County, 24-year-old Jacob T. Holtz of Londell arrested on a patrol charge of resisting arrest by flight and Franklin County felony warrant for domestic assault 3rd degree. He was taken to the Franklin County Adult Detention Facility and was bondable. The Missouri Department of Conservation wants to help women discover the fun of duck hunting. MDC is holding a free women's duck hunting clinic on Tuesday, November 7th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the August A. Bush Shooting Range and Outdoor Education Center in Defiance. Participants will have the chance to go beyond the classroom for first-hand field experience at one of 2 mentored duck hunts December 2nd and 3rd. This program is for women ages 16 and up who have not duck hunted before and want a safe gateway into the sport. It will cover all the basics of duck hunting. These will include safety measures, duck habitats and migration, proper cover, clothing, firearms and equipment, and tips on using duck hunting blinds and decoy placement. The class will also look at duck hunting regulations, limits, and identification. Attendance at the clinic is required before participating in the hunts. Women who complete the clinic will then have 2 options for participating in a mentored hunt, Saturday, December 2nd from 5 a.m. till noon, and Sunday, December 3rd from 5 a.m. till noon. Interested participants should register online for the hunt of their choice at mdc.mo.gov. Registering for one of the hunts will also enroll them in the clinic. Interested participants must also be hunter education certified by the date of the hunt. MDC will provide all equipment, firearms, and ammunition needed for the hunts. Participants may also bring their own equipment if they have it. Both hunts will take place near the August A. Bush Memorial Conservation Area in St. Charles. The August A. Bush Shooting Range and Outdoor Education Center, located at 3550 Route D in Defiance, approximately 5 miles west of Highway 94. Merrimack State Park will be hosting its annual Spooktacular Halloween event this Saturday. All events take place in the field across from the check-in booth, unless otherwise noted. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. is a coloring contest, 1:30 p.m. scavenger hunt, 2 to 4 p.m. naturalist station, 4 p.m. jack-o'-lantern contest, pumpkins due at 4 p.m., 5 to 7 p.m. trick-or-treating, campground roads closed from 4:45 p.m. to 7:15 p.m., and then at 7:30 p.m. is a movie, Meet in the Field across from the Shower House number 1. And a reminder to residents of Bourbon, the Bourbon bulk trash pickup will be coming up this Tuesday. That is a look at your local news on a Thursday. I'm Sam Scott.
Do you have a guy? Like your dad or grandpa had a guy. Something broke around the house you couldn't fix, Gramps would say, call my guy. He probably drove an old blue pickup, big tool chest in the back, decades of calluses on strong hands, name on his shirt like Don or Ed or Buddy. He just always seemed to know the best way to fix any problem. That's why Grandpa trusted him. There's not many of those guys around today, and no wonder. Between taxes and technology, insurance and licensing, it's hard to be that guy and be competitive. Well, that's why this company started. We love what we do, and we still want to be that guy. Independent technicians, generations of combined experience, all joined together as one powerful team. Strength in numbers, you know? If you're ever stuck with a broken furnace or air conditioner, now you've got a guy.
We're Level 9 Heating and Cooling.
Level9HVAC.com.
Funeral notices are brought to you by the Eaton Funeral Homes of Sullivan and Bourbon.
The symbol of the Eaton name reflects consideration and competence. Also quiet, unobtrusive friendliness and service without restraint. There is never a reason to settle for less than an Eaton service, particularly because it costs no more and very often less than appearances may lead you to believe. For help in the greatest time of need, call the Eaton Funeral Homes in Sullivan or Bourbon, 468-4147, a family tradition in service since 1948. In recent funeral notices, Carol Joan Banta, née Marsh of Steelville, passed away Monday at the age of 94. Survived by her children, David Banta and Caroline, and husband Rob Veman, and Marilyn and husband John Lackner, all of Steelville. Susan and husband Ed Schmidt of Sullivan, and her children's half-siblings, Dennis and wife Dawn Banta, and Mindy and husband Eric Benedict. 11 grandchildren, 4 great-grandchildren, a special friend, Sally Becker, many nieces, nephews, cousins, other relatives, and friends. Funeral services will be held at 11 o'clock this morning at the Steelville Presbyterian Church. Burial will be in the Steelville Cemetery. Memorials may be given to the Steelville Food Pantry. All arrangements are under the direction of the Hudson Funeral Home of Steelville. Douglas J. Crownover, Sr. of Cuba, passed away Friday, October 13th at Mercy Hospital in Springfield at the age of 64. Survived by his wife, Roseanne, 5 sons, Kevin and wife Laura Day of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Patrick David Day of Laredo, Texas, Roy Everett Day of Indianapolis, Indiana, Douglas John Crownover Jr., and Daniel James Crownover, both of Jefferson City. A brother, Mark Crownover of Bellevue, Michigan, and a sister, Lisa Henry of Lawson. 5 grandchildren, many nieces, nephews, cousins, other relatives, and friends. Visitation will be Friday from 3 until 5 p.m. at the Hudson Funeral Home in Cuba. Funeral services will immediately follow at 5 p.m. The family chose cremation as his final disposition. His interment will be in the Woodland Cemetery in Jackson, Michigan at a later time. Memorials are suggested to the St. Robert Fire Department or the Columbia Township Fire Department in Brooklyn, Michigan. Norma Lee King, née Atwell of Bourbon, passed away in Sullivan on Saturday at the age of 92. Survived by her children, Philip and wife Leslie King, Dan and wife Sheila King, Diane and husband Gary Dillon, all of Bourbon, and Matt and wife Sherry King of Leslie. A brother, Ronald, and wife Karen Atwell of Mount Dora, Florida, and a sister, Shirley Pagonis of Slidell, Louisiana. 13 grandchildren, 30 great-grandchildren, many nieces, nephews, cousins, other relatives, and friends. Visitation will be Friday from 10:30 a.m. until noon at the Hudson Funeral Home in Cuba. Funeral services will immediately follow at noon. Private family interment will be held at a later date at Crossroads Cemetery. Memorials are suggested to the Crossroads Cemetery in Leesburg in the name of Norma King. Albert Irwin Schultze, known to many as Al, passed away Sunday, October 15th in St. Louis at the age of 78. Survived by 3 children, Brian Schultze and companion Julie Wussler of St. Charles, Brian Smith and wife Paula of Oakville, and Christine Edwards of Briscoe. 7 grandchildren, numerous great-grandchildren, 5 siblings, numerous nieces and nephews, other relatives, and many friends. A remembrance memorial service will be held Saturday at noon at the Eaton Funeral Home in Sullivan. Visitation will be from 10 a.m. until the time of services at noon at the Eaton Funeral Home. Memorial contributions may be made to the International Lions Club in the name of Al Schultze. Gordian George Gruss of St. Clair passed away Thursday, October 12th at the age of 91. Survived by 5 children, Ronald Gruss and significant other Marcia Sterling of St. Clair, Nancy Baylard and husband David of New Haven, Deborah Hoffman and husband Mark of St. Clair, Mary Bursey and husband Michael of St. Clair, and Ricky Gruss and wife Trish of St. Clair. 13 grandchildren, 8 great-grandchildren, other relatives, many friends. Funeral mass will be Monday at 10 a.m. at St. Clair Catholic Church in St. Clair. Burial will be in the St. Clair Catholic Church Cemetery. Visitation will be from 3 until 8 p.m. on Sunday, with a rosary service at 3 p.m. and visitation after 9 a.m. on Monday at Russell Colonial Funeral Home in St. Clair. Memorials may be made to the St. Clair Catholic Cemetery Fund in the name of Gordian Gruce.
Funeral notices are brought to you by the Eaton Funeral Homes of Sullivan and Bourbon.
We all want to be the best version of ourselves, and Compass Health Network is your preferred provider for all things related to your health and well-being. From primary care and mental health services to pediatric and adult dental procedures, our professional and compassionate staff is here for you. Call us today at 844-853-8937 or visit compasshealthnetwork.org to find a location in your area. Compass Health Network is here to help you reach your healthcare goals.
For over a century, Seidenstricker-Nobe Partners has remained a trusted dealer serving both Missouri and Illinois. Our certified technicians are committed to delivering top-notch service, ensuring you're ready for the spring. Right now, take advantage of our special offer: free pickup and delivery on all 1 through 5 Series John Deere compact tractors, gators, and mowers. Don't wait, schedule your winter service today.
Offer valid through 12/30/2023. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Must be within 30 miles of SMP dealership.
Checking out sports on this Thursday, the Blues have had 4 consecutive days off from game action, giving them ample time to recover and prepare for their second of a 3-game homestand. The biggest story so far in the Blues' initial games has been the play of Jordan Binnington, who stopped 63 of 65 shots faced in 2 games. The Blues will need to ignite their offense in front of Binnington soon, however, as they've scored just 1 goal in each game and are looking for their first power play goal. The Blues will pick up their pace of games with 2 home games the next 3 nights against the Coyotes tonight and the Pittsburgh Penguins on Saturday. The Blues will also be introducing the inductees to the St. Louis Blues Hall of Fame's 2024 class at tonight's game. That game will be on 1560 AM and on the TuneIn app at KTUI-AM, with pregame at 6:30, puck drop at 7:10 tonight. The 2023 Rawlings Gold Glove Award finalists were announced on Wednesday afternoon, with the winners set to be unveiled on Sunday, November 5th. There are 3 finalists per league at each position, including the utility spot, which was awarded for the first time in 2022. To determine the winners at the 9 standard positions, the 30 MLB managers and up to 6 coaches from each team vote from a pool of players in their league, excluding players from their own team. These votes comprise 75% of the selection total, with the SABR Defensive Index accounting for the other 25%. For the first time since 2012, the NL will have a Gold Glove Award winner at third base not named Nolan Arenado. Arenado won the award in each of the past 10 seasons, but he's not a finalist in 2023. One of the 3 finalists at the utility position, Tommy Edmond, the 2021 National League Gold Glove Award winner at second base, also showed his versatility this year as he produced a +10 outs above average while playing center field, shortstop, and second base for the Cardinals. With the end of Week 7 marking the halfway point of the 2023 college football season, the Associated Press released its mid-season All-America team. 3 Missouri Tigers, wide receiver Luther Burden III, cornerback Chris Abrams-Drain, and offensive tackle Javon Foster received honors in the AP's announcement. Both Burden and Abrams-Drain were named to the first team for their respective sides of the ball, and both came as the second option at each position. Foster was named as a second-team selection. Missouri defensive end Darius Robinson earned SEC Defensive Player of the Week accolades for his team-leading 6-tackle performance against Kentucky on Saturday. He recorded a career-high 2 sacks, 2.5 tackles for loss, while helping Missouri rally back from a 14-point deficit at Kentucky. It is the first conference accolade for Robinson. Missouri graduate linebacker Chad Bailey will not play in his final homecoming game as a Tiger. Head coach Eli Drinkwitz said Bailey will be out for Saturday's game against South Carolina with a core muscle injury that he's battled since before the first of the season. The Missouri Baptist Spartans women's soccer team righted their listing ship in a big way on Wednesday night at Spartan Field, outshooting Williams Baptist University Eagles 33-1 en route to a 4-0 victory. Senior Gianna Gore from Union continued her hot streak by scoring in her second consecutive game. Gabby Matley from Borgia was in goal for MBU and faced just 1 shot. Abby Layton from Pacific saw 23 minutes off the bench for the Spartans. In college volleyball last night, it was Indian Hills Community College beating Jefferson Community College by a 3-0 score. No stats were available. College sports schedule for tonight: Indiana State at Evansville in women's soccer, Alabama at Ole Miss, and Duquesne at St. Louis U. In volleyball, East Central is at Shawnee Community College in Newland, Illinois at 5:30 this evening. Stevens College at Harris Stowe at 6 o'clock. Looking at the high school scoreboard from last night in Class 1 District 5 volleyball at Eugene. First round matchups, it was Chamois over Otterville 3-2 and Eugene down Columbia Independent 3-0. Class 4 District 2 at Webster Groves, Summit a 3-1 victor over Visitation, and Windsor into Pacific season with a 3-0 victory. Class 4 District 5 at Jeff City. The host school, Jeff City over Camdenton 3-1, and Helias blanked Capital City 3-0. Class 5 District 2 at Narings Hall. Eureka a 3-0 win over the host school, Narings Hall, and Marquette put an end to Borges' season with a 3-0 victory. There was a middle school girls basketball game yesterday afternoon. It was Bourbon over Bland in the A-team game 46-30. Bourbon also took the B-team game 44-13. Looking at the local sports schedule for tonight, there is a high school football game tonight. Sullivan will be on the road at North County to take on the Raiders, and that'll wrap up the regular season for the Eagles. We'll have that game on the air tonight. High school volleyball district tournament play tonight. Class 1 District 5 at Eugene in the semifinal round. Top seed New Haven will play Chamois at 5 o'clock, followed by number 2 Smithton against Eugene at 6:30. The winners will play for the district championship at 6 p.m. on October the 23rd. Class 2 District 6 at Herman. Top seed Herman will take on Lynn at 6 o'clock. Father Tolton against Montgomery County at 7:30. In the other semifinals, the winners will play on the 23rd for the championship. Class 2 District 8 at Dixon. Top seed Licking will play Bourbon at 4:30. Number 2 Houston against Steelville at 6 o'clock. And the winners again playing on the 23rd at 5 o'clock for the championship. Class 3 District 9 at Owensville. 5 o'clock tonight. Top seed St. Clair will play Cuba, followed by number 2 Sullivan against Owensville at 6:30. And the winner's scheduled to play on the 24th at 5 o'clock for the championship. Class 4 District 2 at Webster Groves. Coming up tonight, it's first round action. Parkway West against Lutheran South at 4:30. Number 3 Washington will play number 6 Webster Groves at 6 o'clock. Boys soccer on tap for tonight. Valley Park at Sullivan will be varsity only starting at 5. Borge at St. Dominic, JV, then varsity at 4:30. Washington at Holt, JV, then varsity at 4:30. And Pacific at Union, varsity, then JV at 5 o'clock. Middle school girls basketball for tonight. Sullivan will be at St. James, Washington at Cuba, Union at Herman, and St. Clair at Owensville, Steelville at Pacific. Those are all 5:30 start times. Middle school football tonight. St. James will be at Pacific for a combined 7th and 8th grade game at 5 o'clock. Windsor at St. Clair for 7th and 8th grade at 5 and 7 kickoffs respectively. Our sports on the air tonight. We have Blues hockey on 1560 AM and on the TuneIn app at KTUI-AM as they host the Arizona Coyotes. Pregame at 6:30. They'll drop the puck at 7:10. On 102.1 KTUI FM, it'll be high school football. Sullivan traveling to North County to take on the Raiders in their final regular season game of the year. Our pregame at 6:40 with kickoff at 7 o'clock. That's your look at sports on this Thursday. Have a great day, everybody. This is Bobby D.
From the KTUI WeatherBug Weather Center for this morning, expecting mostly clear skies. Sunny this afternoon, high temperature of 67 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 47. On Friday, sunny, high 68. Friday night, clear, a low of 50. On your Saturday, sunny, high temperature 70. Saturday night, mostly clear, low temperature 43. Saturday night, mostly clear, low 43. On Sunday, sunny, high 64. And Sunday night, partly cloudy, a low of 46. For KTUI, I'm Andrew Brady.
All right, thank you, Andrew. It is about 8:30 here at the studios of KTUI, 57 degrees. And the sheriff was with me, Sheriff of Franklin County, Steve Pelton. And good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing fine. Good morning to you, and good morning to the listeners out there. It's always good to be on.
So, how are things going at the sheriff's office?
Things are going well. I think the last time we talked, we was short a little bit of personnel. We've hired a couple people since then. We're not fully staffed yet, but are making some good progress and got some good quality applicants, so we're excited about that. And then just going into fall, you know, the kids are back in school. So it's kind of where that temperature dropped a little bit. So, you know, you always hate to use the Q word, the quiet word, but there's a little bit of a lull.
You have to knock on wood. Is that
Yep. Things are good there, and we got a ton of public relation events going on this time of year with Halloween. You know, Halloween's right around the corner. So just a reminder to the listeners out there, even when you take it away from Halloween night, there's still a lot of trunk or treats and events at churches and stuff that a lot of kids, little ones, are going to, and they're so focused on candy and enjoying the evening. You know, please use caution when it comes to that. So, of course, we'll be out ensuring sex offender compliance checks to make sure that nobody's giving out candy to children that shouldn't be. So other than that, that's what's going on at the office. Yesterday was a little bit of a somber day. You and I talked a little bit about it coming in. That fallen soldier, those two soldiers, Army soldiers that was killed in Alaska.
Right.
Specialist Evans and Specialist Snowden. One of them was from Lonedale, Missouri. Yeah. And he was flown into St. Louis, and then we escorted back to the local funeral home in the community they lived in, and you know, our thoughts and prayers go out to the family. But you know, Sam, it is so overwhelming to see them overpasses. You know, the citizens in this community, and you know, when a tragedy strikes, you know, we all know they support law enforcement, but this is a veteran-supported community also, and the community really comes together, and so many people up on top of them overpasses waving flags, and first responders and people coming out just to pay their respects. You know, it's always warms your heart to see that when a tragedy strikes.
So I was trying to remember some of your press releases from the last few weeks, and I know you guys, I guess somebody interrupted a burglary in progress and somewhere, and they caught one of them you knew where one of them lived or something, caught the other one later or something like that. But
well, one on that particular thing, and you know, I always talk about it and we teach about it during the Citizens Academy and stuff too, is cameras are so cheap right now. Mm-hmm. And how that case came in and how that is the homeowner has an app to his cell phone, and when the camera goes off, it alerts you, and them camera systems are so cheap, Sam. Everybody should have one. I have that same thing on our places. It alerts to my phone.
Camera technology has come so far. I mean, it's really pretty clear.
So he had left for work, and on the way, he got notification on his phone that the camera had went off, and he checked it, and sure enough, somebody was inside the house and contacted us. He responded out and caught one of the persons there and detained them. We got on scene, found some of the stuff they'd already taken out of the house and hidden in a wood line, and we tracked down with the assistance of a neighborhood watch group that called in a suspicious person because the second person involved fled once the homeowner arrived on scene. Located him several miles away, and both in custody, but all because of the cameras. And like you said, the technology nowadays is so much better than what it used to be. And you know, anybody that knows anything about my wife knows that we got a ton of chickens at the house, so my camera goes off all the time because they free range when they get out of the coop. Chicken. So you know, good for that homeowner for checking it, because a lot of times I'm just like, I don't even check mine because of the chick. I got to get better about that.
All right, so you know, I had I guess it was Tuesday. I had Corporal Dallas Thompson from the Highway Patrol. You know, and he said that too many times now people, you know, if you used to road rage incidents, you know, you might pull over and maybe get into, you know, a little boxing match or something like that. And he goes, people are too willing to pull guns now. I mean, are we seeing that around here too?
We are not seeing where people are pulling guns. You know, road rage incidents are, you know, people just need to show a little bit more restraint, and some people need to show a little bit more patience. But at least to my knowledge, are few and far between. You know, my daughter-in-law was in an accident related to a road rage incident. They had left church a couple weeks ago, and a guy was coming down the interstate, and a car had cut him off and brake checked him. It had nothing to do with her. She was on the service road coming up to the stop sign. Well, they exited there at Highway 50, and they was chasing one, or the one was trying to get away, and the other one was chasing. They pulled into a commuter lot, spun a donut, and shot across the Highway 50. onto the service road. And anyway, the individual that was road raging, he shot across also and got clipped by a tractor trailer that exited I-44, which put the vehicle into a spin and crashed into her. And afterwards, of course, you got, I think initially he was trying to flee the scene, and some good pedestrian stopped by and seen what was going on and held him till law enforcement got on scene. And but even an hour afterwards, as it was being investigated, he's like, I had a bad day at work, and this person cut me off when I went there and brake checked it. The whole thing, looking back on it, was just stupid. And so then his anger has subsided enough that he was talking, and he could say, hey, this was so stupid. He got caught up in the moments of passion, and it, his vehicle got totaled. My daughter-in-law, she ended up going to the hospital with minor injuries. Her vehicle got, all for stupidity. Just let that go, So anyway, we encourage people just to call Star 55 or contact our office if somebody's driving erratically like that. We'll send somebody out to check it out. And then we've talked about this countless times too. I think a lot of that horn honking at aggravation comes when somebody passes somebody and they're on the phone, or they cross over because they're on the phone. I don't think it initially starts that way, and then people are, giving them the "what are you doing" sign. Because they're on the phone. Put them phones down and drive and pay attention and make sure that you're getting to the destination safe.
Yeah. My wife and I were on my motorcycle we were almost to Six Flags, and I was passing a vehicle, and I could see a woman with a phone, she's holding the phone up in front of her, and she starts fading over, and the only place I had to go was, the concrete barrier.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not fun on a motorcycle.
No.
And anyway, I guess she finally, swerved back into her lane, and, it made me mad, but, road rage on a motorcycle is never a good idea. So.
Yeah, you're pretty brave going to the St. Louis area riding a motorcycle.
Yeah, well, it's a Honda Goldwing, It's a big motorcycle, but still, you don't want to tangle with a car.
Yeah, just with the traffic. It's so congested and stuff. I probably put 300-400 miles a year on my motorcycle. Not a whole lot because I don't have the time for it. And usually it's this time of year where the trees are changing and you can back road, but you got to watch for deer, for the motorcycle riders out there.
Turkeys. I almost hit a turkey once.
Yeah, and then just really paying attention to people. I rolled up on a motorcycle accident about a month ago, and it was in a municipality. It was a 35 mile an hour zone, and the person had come to a stop, and then they looked, and I know they just overlooked the motorcycle, and if you ride motorcycles, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Looked the other way, looked back, and then pulled out and T-boned it and went over the top of the front of the hood of the car. So minor injuries, was transported. I say minor injuries, scuffed up pretty good, ended up spending the night overnight. But you just got to be careful out there when it comes to that, and people knowing, both the rider and the drivers. But so it's not always related to distracted driving, but distracted driving is a big factor in that. So put them phones down. If you've got kids with you, teenagers, they pay attention to. And there is devices and apps that can lock phones out, that if the phone is picking up that is traveling down the road, that you can have it preset on your teenager's phone or young drivers. But just encourage that. It's so important.
So I've seen a few pictures on the Facebook page. I guess your officers are getting into the schools and meeting the kids and talking to them and stuff. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, youth intervention is so important. That was one of the things that when we took office that we wanted to do, is embed ourselves with the youth in the community, and people shouldn't be scared of law enforcement. And our deputies every day are stopping into the schools and they're building relationships, and we want to do them youth intervention programs. We're trying to get to the fairs and stuff and talk about the importance of seatbelt use and distracted driving, all the stuff when it comes to young drivers. And we want them kids to know that law enforcement is a place you can go with somebody in that uniform in the event that you're in trouble. So often, one of the worst things I think a parent can say, and I see that a couple times a month, and I've shared that, is, hey, you better be good or he's going to take you to jail. Don't scare them children like that. And of course, I always get down on their level and say I would never take you to jail, and build them relationships and build them trust. Although they say it in jest and they don't mean it seriously. Kids are very impressionable, so it's important, and we enjoy getting into the schools and. The DARE programs. This is a time of year where a lot of the fall programs are starting to wrap up. So we like to go to them, and we see some of the parents and stuff that come in for the celebrations of the DARE stuff. So it's just a good time of year to be in them schools.
So, and I know that some of the rural schools, they can't afford an SRO or something like that. And I know that the deputies try to get by those schools at least once or twice a month, and just do a walkthrough.
Yeah, actually, their deputies are probably getting by every day.
Oh, really?
School, yeah.
That's
If there's a school in your zone, we ask, unless it's just that busy they can't get in. They're asked to go in every day, and the deputies do that. And barring just a crazy busy day where they can't get in, and they'll do a safety walkthrough, and they'll do walkthrough. We do have 2 schools with SROs in it, as you're familiar with from being in the Citizens Academy. And we would love to get more schools. I would love to have an officer embedded in each school, but we can't do that without the partnerships of the school helping fund that, just because that's a huge cost.
Yes, it is.
There's 17 schools out in rural Franklin County. That's 17 deputies, which payroll is quite a bit.
All right. Anything else?
No, just always an honor to be on. Appreciate talking to you. Appreciate the listeners out there. And again, we got Halloween coming up, so please be patient and be on the lookout for them little ghouls and goblins. So
all right.
Thank you all. God bless.
Well, Sheriff, thank you. All right, 17 minutes in front of 9 o'clock here at the studios of KTUI. And Mike Bittner will be making his way back in here. And I have to find his camera here. Get him on. All right. Let's see. Do you have Netflix? I've never had Netflix. So Netflix's crackdown on password sharing has paid dividends again, and in an unexpectedly robust way in the third quarter. Shares of Netflix jumped in pre-market trading Thursday following its announcement that it tacked on another 8.8 million paying members, far more than the 6 million analysts were expecting, which lifted its subscriber base to a record 247 million. Also announced immediate U.S. price increases from its basic plan from $9.99 to $11.99, and its premium tier from $19.99 to $22.99. Ad-supported and standard membership prices are unchanged. Price increases are also coming for subscribers in the UK and in France. Ahead of third quarter earnings, Netflix unveiled details of its new ads strategy, including title sponsorships for shows or seasons, integrated messaging during live sports events, and binge ads, which lets users watch episodes of a show mostly ad-free if they do so consecutively. Skydance Animation has jumped ship from Apple, signing a multi-year pact with Netflix. So, integrated messaging during live sports events. I wonder what that... Does that mean if you and I are on Netflix watching the same football game, we can message each other through the... Oh, I got to turn your microphone back.
That's a good question.
I don't know what it means. I don't have Netflix.
It's technology.
Yeah.
And Mike Bittner and technology, we just don't correlate too good together.
Oh, well, let's see. Disney had never revealed exactly how much money it makes off of ESPN. In a filing with the SEC yesterday, though, the House of Mouse disclosed that the sports network drives more annual profit than its entire entertainment business. Though most of its revenue comes from carriage fees, it charges cable TV providers, not from subscriptions. The filing also shows that revenue declining about from about $4.4 billion a year in the first quarter. I'm sorry, I messed this all up. That filing also showed that revenue declining from about $4.4 billion in the first quarter to about $4.06 billion in the, oh my gosh, what's point, what is that? 0.34 billion?
Yeah.
Disney's been seeking a potential strategic partner for ESPN, plus mulling a streaming offering. The streaming option would come with its own concerns. Disney would have to charge a huge fee, $40 to $50 a month, just to keep its revenue stable. So I do have, I don't have Netflix, but I do have Disney, and I have no idea what it cost me a month, but I did get rid of one of my things. I think it was something I got rid of was like $40 a month.
Didn't you have
Sling TV?
Yeah.
That's what it was. I got rid of. Yeah.
Well, you know, how many? I mean, it stated in there something about the subscriptions that are the fee they charge cable companies.
Oh yeah.
Retransmissions. Yeah, but how much the cables? Unless the numbers I'm looking at are wrong, cable themselves is dropping. Cable subscriptions is dropping at a very quick rate.
They were. I don't know if they still are or not.
And if that's the case,
back when we were owned by a cable TV company, I used to
watch it.
Well, I used to kind of be interested. I'm not so much anymore.
Well, I mean, I don't have cable. You don't have cable.
No,
I haven't had for a long time.
I have an antenna.
I do too.
And then I have what is it? I have a Fire Stick.
I got Fire Stick.
So I have Prime Video.
Yep. Right.
And I have Disney.
I don't have anything I pay for.
There's something else Prime.
Well, Prime. Yeah, I should say I have Prime, so I do pay for that. Yeah.
Yeah. But you can get a Fire Stick without Prime.
Right.
You just,
right.
There's, I don't know. I got something. Oh, Paramount Plus.
That's right. Yeah, you got that for
Star Trek.
Yeah,
I know. Well,
Picard, wasn't it?
Yeah, mostly. But I sort of binge watched the entire. What was it? Star Trek something.
Was it Star Trek or Stargate?
No. Oh, well, I did that. I watched all the Stargate. SG-1.
I love that show. Yeah, I love that show.
Let's see. After filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, Rite Aid is raising doubts that it will be able to remain in business. In a regulatory filing Wednesday, the pharmacy chain reported a net loss of more than $1 billion for its most recent quarter, more than lost in the entire previous fiscal year. Rite Aid must restructure about $4 billion in debt to successfully emerge from bankruptcy. It's looking to close at least 154 underperforming stores, unload its pharmacy benefit business, Elixir, and address hundreds of lawsuits related to its role in the opioid epidemic. The closure could put poor neighborhoods and rural areas at risk of becoming pharmacy deserts, according to the Associated Press.
You're seeing more and more of that.
Well, we just saw that in St. Louis with grocery stores.
Yep.
What were those?
Down in the city. It was not World Foods, Global Foods. No,
that didn't sound right either.
No, I wasn't Whole Foods either. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, yeah, they're down in the city. There's nothing left down there.
Yeah. After widespread customer complaints, Delta Airlines is easing off recent changes to some of the perks for the Delta Sky Miles loyalty members. The airline will grant more lounge access passes for certain credit card holders and loosen requirements to earn elite status. At the end of September, the CEO, Ed Bastian, said the airline probably went too far when announcing the changes, which were purportedly aimed at better rewarding the airline's biggest spenders. Delta, which had faced long lines and overcrowding at its Sky Clubs, is also upgrading its million-miler lifetime status levels. Rising fuel prices in the war between Israel and Hamas creating headwinds for the airline sector, with United Airlines issuing an earnings warning for the last 3 months of the year, citing the impact of suspended flights to Tel Aviv and nearly 25% jump in jet fuel prices.
Well, it's like I've seen. I'm going to stop and get gas today because I'm kind of afraid of it. I'm under a quarter on my car, and it's $3.35.
Yeah.
And with all this going on over the Middle East, I'm a little bit concerned of what it's going to do with gas prices.
I know.
Anything to give them a reason.
Well, yeah. But I mean, we used to be pumping oil out of the United States.
Right.
Now we're not.
Nope.
We're back to being dependent on
foreign oil.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That seems like a bad choice for a president.
It sure does.
I don't know.
Otherwise,
I think he's a great president. Oh no, I don't.
Did you wake up in a different body today or something? Somebody else?
I don't know. I was looking for something. Pro-Palestinian protesters march at the Capitol Rotunda in D.C.
Yeah. Was that an insurgency?
Insurrection.
Insurrection. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Hezbollah calls for Wednesday, I guess that was yesterday, to be a day of unprecedented anger.
I thought
Hezbollah, didn't they just shoot some rockets
from Lebanon into Israel?
Into Israel. That was not Hamas. That was Hezbollah.
That was Hezbollah. Yeah.
Well, let's see. So the New York Times headline takes the word of the terrorist group Hamas and gets it wrong, but the damage is done. The Free Press says scores of Palestinians are dead after a blast late yesterday at the hospital in Gaza, a horrific tragedy. Hamas immediately blamed Israel, and then so did the paper of record, the New York Times.
Yeah.
Very soon after the incident, the New York Times published a story with the headline, Israeli strike kills hundreds in hospital, Palestinians say, and send it out as a breaking news notification. They did so relying on Hamas's word on the matter. Israeli authorities soon after denied responsibility. An IDF spokesperson said that no Israeli aircraft had been operating in the area of the hospital at the time of the explosion. Israel released footage, they say, shows that the hospital was struck by a wayward missile fired from within the Gaza. So I saw some of this yesterday. There were experts soon after the Times
release. Yeah.
There were some experts that were saying, look, Israeli missiles leave a crater. This one did not. It was not as powerful, not designed the same way that Israeli missiles. And so these experts were going, we doubt this. We highly doubt this because it's not the kind of damage that is left behind by an Israeli missile. So I mean, that was pretty soon after it happened.
Yeah.
These guys were already saying, I don't think that's the truth. And then later on, they had the video of. So I don't know. Well, it's war. People are going to lie.
Well, why would you?
But I don't know. This is the thing I think that bothers me with news today is you have to be first. Yes. It doesn't matter whether you're right.
No, it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. It doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, you have to be first. And I saw something the other day. We were in a restaurant Sunday.
Yeah.
And they had CNN on.
Yeah.
And their
which surprised me too.
Yeah, it did kind of surprise me. But the ticker at the bottom was spelled wrong, and I can't remember what it said, but it was spelled wrong, and the grammar was terrible. And I was like,
who's supposed to be proofing those things for you to hear?
They don't have anybody proofing these things anymore. To cut costs.
Yeah.
You get rid of your proofreaders. So I don't know. But it's happening all the time.
It's happening way too much.
Well, I just wish people could be more like you and I, and not make any mistakes.
That's
ever.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like we try to tell our wives all the time. Well,
yeah, they don't believe us, but that's yeah. In fact, nobody believes us but us.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. You want a few
birthdays?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's got a birthday today?
John Lithgow.
Lithgow.
Yeah. He's 78. His fun fact is his son Ian is also an actor.
Oh, okay.
John Favreau.
John Favreau.
Yeah. Has a long mustache. Oh, no, that's a wrong, different movie.
Oh.
He's 57.
So
and
he played, he was on Friends. He was, what's her name? She was, he was the millionaire boyfriend.
Yeah.
I can't think of it. Anyway, then he was on Iron Man. He played Happy. He was like the car driver. He was the security guard for Tony Stark. And
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
he was also the voice of Paz, or Paz.
Yeah.
Vizsla on Mandalorian.
Well, so now he's a big deal in the Star Wars. He produces and writes a lot of stuff for these Star Wars offshoot things.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, he's a big deal now.
Okay, Chris Kattan, 53.
Yeah,
he got engaged earlier this year.
Oh.
Gillian Jacobs is 41. He portrayed Pat Riley's wife in the TV series Winning Time.
He did?
Yep, that's what it says.
Jillian, then.
Jillian portrayed Pat Riley's wife.
Okay.
Let me get it right. I said Gillian, didn't I?
Yeah.
Okay. Hunter King is 30. Let's see. Actor Tony Lobianco from The French Connection is 87.
Bobby said Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox, that's what it was. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
But Jon Favreau was her millionaire boyfriend.
Artist Peter Max is 86. Jeannie C. Riley did a little singing.
Yes, she did.
She did the Harper Valley PTA.
Harper Valley, yeah.
78. Singer Patrick Simmons of the Doobie Brothers is 75. Actor Annie Golden, Orange is the New Black, is 72. I want to say Annie Oakley is so bad. I never did either, no.
That must have been on Netflix or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Talk show host Charlie Chase is 71.
Oh, yeah.
Singer keyboardist Carl Wallinger of World Party is 66. Singer Jennifer Holliday is 63. TV host Ty Bennington, Extreme Makeover Home Edition, is 59. Singer guitarist Todd Park Moore of Big Head Todd.
Yeah.
And the Monsters, I know them too, are 58.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I didn't know them. Todd, yeah. South Park co-creator Trey Parker is 54. Singer Praz Michael, or Michelle, that's how you want to pronounce it.
Got me.
Of the Fugees is 51. Omar Gooding, Hanging with the Cooper, is 47. Cindy Thompson, the country singer, is 47. Jason Reitman from Juneau is 46. Actor Benjamin Salisbury of The Nanny is 43. Actor Rebecca Ferguson, Dune and The Greatest Showman, is 40. Singer Zach Barnett of American Authors is 37. And then we've got some historical birthdays as well. Robert Reed.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been his birthday today.
From... I can't think of anything today. I must have forgot to take my Prevagen.
My three sons?
No. That's Fred McMurray.
Fred McMurray, yeah.
Robert Reed was the father on the Brady Bunch.
Brady Bunch, that's it. Yep, that's right. Evander Holyfield, 61.
Yeah.
Webster Slaughter. Don't mean nothing to you.
No, I don't.
He was a former wide receiver for the Browns.
Oh, okay.
Is 59. And Brad Daughtry, he's the former center for the Cleveland Cavaliers, is 58. There you go.
Today. All right. Well, we are coming up on the 9 o'clock hour, and we're going to have the for sale show. Oh, don't forget to go see the play tonight.
That's on tonight through Saturday.
Tonight, and it is Taming of the Shrew.
Yep.
And
you enjoy it.
Presented at the Sullivan High School Theater. Tickets are available at the door. So show up. What does it start? About 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. There you go. You saw it last night?
I did. So enjoyed it.
Good production there. All right. We've still got some folks from the Scenic Regional Library at 9:10. I've got the for sale show coming up about 9:05. And then live from the White Mule Winery at 10:05. And I got a message from Charlie at the female
Nelson
Charlie.
Okay.
She said we're going to do a sound check here in a little bit.
Okay.
So, Miriam Maston, Mickey Dildine, David Blankenship, and Tony Schwarm all have birthdays, and Kevin and Vicky Koch have an anniversary today. It's 9 o'clock.
USA News, I'm Lance Pry. In a Birmingham, Alabama courtroom yesterday, Joran Vandersloot is admitting killing Natalie Holloway after she refused his advances. The 18-year-old Holloway was reported missing in 2005 while celebrating her Alabama high school graduation in Aruba. Vandersloot was recently extradited to the United States from Peru. He will now be returning to Peru to finish serving a 28-year prison sentence for the 2010 murder of another woman. Americans trapped in Gaza 1 out.
More than 350 Americans in Gaza are seeking assistance from the U.S. State Department for evacuation. That's according to a U.S. official who talked to NBC News. Despite extensive discussions between the U.S., Israel, and Egypt, the border crossing between Gaza and Egypt remains shut. The negotiations have been focused on enabling the secure exit of foreign citizens and facilitating humanitarian aid. I'm John Schaefer.
Earthquake practice drills will be held around the world today for International Shakeout Day. The tests are set to take place at 10:19 a.m. local time at schools and workplaces worldwide. To find out more, visit the website shakeout.org. Roughly 56 million people have already registered to take part in the earthquake rehearsal. As the House has no speaker this morning, Ohio Republican Jim Jordan says he isn't giving up on the work to be the next Speaker of the House. After falling short to get the necessary votes following a second round of ballots Tuesday, Jordan told reporters he plans to keep talking with Republican lawmakers and try to change their minds. Another vote is expected today. The Las Vegas Aces are the first back-to-back WNBA champions since 2002. Las Vegas edged out the New York Liberty 70-69 in Game 4 of the WNBA Finals last night. Asia Wilson was named the MVP. USA News.
The inventor and CEO of MyPillow is always looking for ways to solve everyday problems. Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent? It's basically a towel that's leaving you out to dry. That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. I know, it's mind-blowing. Towels that actually dry you. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. They come in a variety of colors, and right now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com right now and click on the radio listener special. MyPillow products come with a 10-year warranty and they have a 60-day money-back guarantee. To receive this amazing offer on the 6-piece set of MyPillow towels, just go to MyPillow.com. Click on the radio listener special and enter promo code USA or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com. Promo code USA.
The anticipated water levels at Lake Mead over the next year has been revised to be less severe than initially projected.
The U.S. Bureau of Reclamation now estimates a drop of approximately 9 feet in water level by next October. This outlook is over 2.5 feet more favorable compared to the forecast from last month. The updated projection marks the inaugural forecast for the 2023 water year, which runs until the close of next September. Currently, Lake Mead stands at 1,066 feet above sea level. In Las Vegas, I'm John Schaefer.
The Biden administration is offering $100 million in your tax money for humanitarian aid for civilians in Gaza and the West Bank. The administration said it will help support more than 1 million people with clean water, food, and medical care. President Biden, while visiting Israel, warned Hamas not to steal or divert the U.S. aid from our country and others. A large group of people were arrested at the U.S. Capitol yesterday during a protest.
About 300 Jewish activists supporting Palestinians were taken into custody. The large group gathered in the Cannon House building rotunda and around the Capitol complex. The protesters were heard chanting, "Ceasefire now." I'm Dave Collins.
The peak of the Orionid meteor showers is this weekend. Find a dark spot and look southeast. Lance Pry, USA News.
Omaha Steaks Burger Perfection Flight, made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks, rewrites the book on burgers. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout for an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping when you order the $79.99 Burger Perfection Flight. A fantastic array of pure ground steak on a bun burger greatness. For $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight, use promo code TREAT at checkout at omahasteaks.com and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
From the KTUI WeatherBug Weather Center for this morning, expecting mostly clear skies. Sunny this afternoon, high temperature of 67 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 47. On Friday, sunny, high 68. Friday night, clear, a low of 50. On your Saturday, sunny, high temperature 70. Saturday night, mostly clear, low temperature 43. Saturday night, mostly clear, low 43. On Sunday, sunny, high 64. And Sunday night, partly cloudy, a low of 46. For KTUI, I'm Andrew Brady.
Thank you, Andrew. It's 59 degrees here at the studios of KTUI. We're coming up on 6 minutes past 9 o'clock. Time for the For Sale Show. If you've got something to buy, sell, or trade, you can give me a call, 468-5101. You can text me, 573-677-1001. That's 573-677-1001. That's our text line. Let's see. Shelby texted me this morning, and she said the Healer pups are gone. Still have the Sailor Bull. She said it's black, about 16 months old. And if you'd like more information, 457-8505 is her number, 457-8505. And if you get the machine, leave a message. She will get back to you. Faith Assembly of God looking for some jars and lids. I think they're doing some canning for, I don't remember what it was, apple butter. I'm sorry.
I think it's apple butter.
Apple butter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. So, all right. We've got a beautiful, large, solid oak Mission Craftsman dining table and chairs, just in time for making Thanksgiving and Christmas memories. This handsome, well-loved table and chairs is the perfect gathering spot for larger families, parties, or projects. It is solid as a rock, heavy, and it will be the hub of your home. The table is 6 foot long, has a 16-inch leaf, making the full length 86 inches, 42 inches wide, 31 inches high. It's got 8 chairs. 2 of them are captain's chairs with arms. The gear mechanism for adding the leaf is extremely well made. It operates smoothly. Please call to come by and see if this wonderful piece of furniture is what you've been looking for, and make an offer. 573-205-1322. Sometimes you have to kind of rock it backwards a little bit. And there you go. Yeah. Let's see. All right. So 573-205-1322. 573-205-1322. All right. Let's see. So we have the woman called and said she had all these guns and she was talking fast, and I was trying to write. Now I can't read my writing. Maybe if I turn it upside down. Got a Marlin 243. There's a black powder rifle. I think she said it was a newer one with the synthetic stock. There's a Winchester Model 94 30-30, a Richland double barrel, a Ruger American 308, a J.C. Higgins, 573-764-4435, 573-764-4435. And then the woman's got dryers, let's see, she's got some tires, kitchen table and 6 chairs, the chest freezer, 3 Aunt Jemima glass syrup bottles, mint condition, a wagon wheel set, and a milk can, all for $100. And let's see, her number is 573-647-3139. 573-647-3139. Honda 50-horse 4-stroke outboard motor, $2,500, 573-205-0328. 573-205-0328. Guy's got a home gym and a 30-inch propane grill, 573-468-4068. 573-468-4068. And then there's a guy, he's a carpenter by trade, retired, available now for odd jobs. If you've got a project in your home or something, give him a call, 636-210-0094, 636-210-0094. John Deere 55 Combine with a corn head, $1,500, 573-201-9442, 573-201-9442. And a woman looking for a good used refrigerator for her basement, 573-259-6698, 573-259-6698. And then, let's see, we have the tanning bed fans, $10 a piece, the Fila Headway 7 size 10.5 running shoes for $30, and the Brother Color printer, copier, scanner, and fax machine for $40, 636-744-4186. If you get the machine, please leave a message. He will get back to you. And then there's a 2001 Polaris Ranger 1000 Premium, 4,500 miles, full windshield, roof, and back glass, $14,000, 314-623-7494, 314-623-7494. And, that was Shelby, and I told you about the Healer pups are gone, but she still got the Sailor Bull. So we're coming up on 11 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock here on this Thursday. And I'm going to let you listen to this from the folks at Jerry's TV Sales and Service.
Get a washer that helps you handle your laundry all in one place. Pre-wash items right inside the washer using the built-in water faucet to help remove loose soils. Save a step by soaking and washing in one cycle. When the 30-minute pre-soak option is finished, the wash cycle starts automatically.
For mattresses, furniture, flooring, and appliances, see the folks at Jerry's TV and Home Furnishings at 375 West Springfield in Sullivan or call 468-4300.
All right, it's 59 degrees here at the studios of KTUI, 11 past 9 o'clock. And from Scenic Regional Library, we've got Keisha. Good morning, Keisha.
Good morning, Sam.
Keisha Philpotts with us. She's the manager of the library here. Mm-hmm. And then Sarah O'Daniel.
Yes.
O'Daniel.
Yeah,
right?
you got it right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, right. And you are the, what are you, communications? Or
Marketing, yeah. Uh-huh.
Something. Anyway, good morning. And
Good morning.
How is everybody doing?
Doing good.
Very good.
Is there anything going on at the library, or is it
Never.
It's just very quiet?
Nothing at all, ever.
I don't know that it's really quiet anymore.
Yeah. You guys
we always have stuff going on.
You don't shush anybody anymore?
Occasionally. Yeah. I mean, every now and then someone will get pretty loud, and there's always a lot of people in there studying or working from home and stuff like that. So we have to try to at least maintain some quietness, but it's hard in that building.
But I guess the traditional library model from 50 years ago
completely has changed.
Yeah, it's not
exactly.
so much anymore.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. You guys actually have some kind of a coffee machine or something?
Yeah, we have a cafe in there, and
a children's area, which is sometimes a little noisy, but that's okay.
Especially on Tuesdays. Yes. Avoid Tuesdays after 10 o'clock because story time gets over and they are ready to play. But
it's so fun. They have a blast.
They do. Mm-hmm. They do. So we had karate last week. Yes. So they got to learn some moves. Karate. And they came out and were very, very energetic after that. So had to warn some people whenever they were coming into work. It might get a little loud in here, but please bear with us.
Yeah, my grandson, he just started karate a couple months ago because, his ultimate goal in life is to become a ninja.
Well, yeah.
So,
of course. As
a ninja librarian,
right? A ninja librarian, yeah. Yeah, he likes the library.
He does, so. But yeah, we've got a lot coming up. We've got a couple of programs that are getting ready to happen in November at our branch that we have hiking the Appalachian Trails with Dean Smith. That'll be coming up on November 7th at 6 p.m. If you know Mark Smith, it's his brother, who will be talking about his journey hiking the Appalachian Trail. And I know we've had him years and years ago, but he's added some more information to this.
Oh, I see.
So it will be different. If you saw him years back, it will be a different presentation. So, and then we also have an introduction to belly dancing coming up on Tuesday, November 14th at 6 p.m.
Who's putting that on?
I don't know. It might be a local person.
Is it?
Yeah. So it's the same group that your wife is in.
So,
yeah.
I see.
So I don't know if she'll be there or not.
My wife?
Yeah.
Probably. She goes
she
everywhere else.
Will. Yeah. So we're excited to have that, and it's something different to do. And if you're looking for something fun and free, come check out our programs at the library.
They won't let me join the belly dancing group, and I don't understand why.
Maybe you should take this course.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, because I told them I have the belly for it.
Yeah.
So
exactly, right?
Make a dance, yeah.
I mean, So come check those out, and you can register online at scenicregional.org and go under our events calendar or call the library, and we'll get you signed up. So you want to talk about book sale?
Yes.
You're up, Sarah.
You're up.
Okay, so our annual fall book sale is coming back very soon. It starts on Thursday, November 2nd, and goes until Saturday, November 4th. There will be a special Friends of the Library preview on Wednesday, November 1st from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. And that's a really great chance for anybody to go who is a Friends of the Library member. But the good news is it's very easy to become a Friends of the Library member. It's only the lowest membership is $10. I think it's for a year, right?
I got a letter the other day. I think my membership.
Yes, so October is our renewal time. So we start
over. Is this a good time
over.
for me to get out? Is it?
No,
it's a good time for you to renew so that you can go to the book sale early.
I figured today you would probably be like, hey, renew my membership. So, but yeah, if you got a letter or if you'd like to become a Friends of the Library member, now's the time to do it, and it'll be good till next October. So, but yeah, and you get that preview night. You get to see everything before it goes on sale Thursday morning. But also, our Friends of the Library members put the sale on.
Yes.
So they are volunteering their time and helping us raise money for our local branch. And they've done an excellent job with that. So if you are a Friends of the Library member or if you just want to volunteer, we also take volunteers for the book sale. So you can call and we'll let you know what spots are available and we'll get you signed up
You
as
actually
well.
get rewarded, don't you?
Yeah, so any volunteer, if you volunteer for an hour, you get a $5 voucher, which is actually kind of a big deal because our prices are fairly cheap. We have hardcover books, DVDs, and CDs for $1, and paperbacks, VHS records, and cassettes for 50 cents. So
wow.
And the good thing is, too, you can use those at any of our branches. So if you earned $5 here, but you didn't find something that you're really interested in, but you know you're going to be heading down by St. Clair that day, you can take that voucher down there, too. So
I've heard of quite a few people doing that.
They
actually,
do.
They make a full day of it, and they just go to all of the sales because we have 9 different sales.
Right. Exactly.
And maybe they don't go to all of them, but they can at least hit all in Franklin County or wherever. So
yeah, and everyone's got something different, so you never know what you're going to
Plan
find.
it out to where you can, wherever you are about noon.
Yeah.
You can get your favorite lunch place or something.
Yeah, because you never. It's like the ultimate thrifting because you really do never know what you're going to find.
Yep.
It's a hodgepodge of every type of book I think you can imagine.
Exactly.
And in Herman, you can visit the
art gallery.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. So that's a great one to stop at. So you want to talk about trivia?
No.
I'll let you do that one.
Okay, so tomorrow, if anybody is not busy and you find yourself or want to take a small little drive over to Owensville, the Scenic Regional Library Foundation is having a trivia fundraiser night. It is a Halloween and horror themed trivia night. And, it's Halloween season, so everybody that I know is super happy about it being the season. So if you really want to get in the Halloween spirit, feel free to come on out to our trivia night in Owensville. It's at the Owensville Lions Club. Doors open at 6 p.m. You can pay at the door, or you can register online by going to our main Scenic Regional Library Facebook page, or you can see it on our website or newsletter. The prize for the winning table is $240, and there is going to be a 50-50 raffle, various games, an adult costume contest, which I know we did a kind of a costume contest at our last one in March, and people got really into it. So I'm very, very excited to see the costumes that people pull out for actual Halloween.
Yes.
But yeah, there's going to be the prize for the costume contest is $100 for first place, $75 for second place, and there's also going to be a $50 third place table prize for the best decorated table.
Oh, wow.
So
Lots
if
of prizes.
you don't have anything going on and you want to cancel your plans and go to this instead, that's fine too.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was it, a couple of weeks ago, Mike drug the old trivia team.
I heard.
We hadn't been to a trivia contest in like 5 years or something like that, but we won.
I heard you guys whooped up on them and
we did.
won the daycare's trivia night.
Yes,
the
we did.
daycare had a trivia night?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
The
daycare,
IXL
yep.
Academy. Yeah.
Yep, they had a...
And the IXL director's husband was...
Yeah, and I heard he was on that team too.
He was the only one who didn't want to give the money back.
Well, I got to tell you about some dates that are coming up that to make you aware of. We have a fire drill coming up at the library on Monday, October 30th at 2 p.m.
Got an earthquake drill today.
Yeah?
Everybody at 10:19 or something like that.
Well, we didn't put that on the door. So this one's on the door.
At 10:19, just shake, rattle, and roll.
And we will be conducting that. It'll last about 15 minutes, probably a little less than that, depending on how many people are in the building. We try to let people know that are, working at that time. We're going to be conducting this, and it might disturb your Zoom call or something like that. So we kind of let them know ahead of time, and they kind of clear out. So it doesn't take as long. But
you have to be the last one out?
Yeah.
Okay. You stand there
I make sure everyone's getting out.
stopwatch?
Yep. So we do it pretty quickly, but it's great for us to know what to do in those situations if they would ever occur. And so we will be conducting that Monday, October 30th at 2 p.m. And then we have some closings coming up because we have some holidays coming up.
Oh.
So we will be closed on Saturday, November 11th for Veterans Day, and then Thursday, November 24th, and Friday, November 25th will be closed for Thanksgiving. But we'll be back open on that Saturday after Thanksgiving. So if you've missed out and need something to read after the holidays, we will be there from 9 to 5. So those are our closings that are coming up. So.
All right.
And I also want to talk about, this just went live a little bit earlier this week. We are conducting a survey. It's an online survey, ran through Google Forms, so it's very easy to just click on it and take it. It's a little survey about marketing. And it's just kind of like to gauge our surroundings, how everybody hears about us so that we can, make everybody's experiences better. And so it will really help us out if everybody went and took the survey, but you also have a chance to win something if you take the survey.
Oh, yeah.
So
everyone likes to win something.
So you can, if you take the survey, you'll be entered to win a library swag bundle. So we have a library store that has some different scenic regional library merch on it. So we have collected some of that. Like we have these I'm reading socks. We have a really cute tote bag that says read, eat, sleep, repeat, a t-shirt that says bookmarks are for quitters, a Kindle carrying bag and some bookmarks, and a few other little things in there. So if you take this survey, you may be entered, or you will be entered to win, and you may possibly win this library swag. So,
all right.
Yeah. Like I said, everyone likes free stuff, and the holidays are coming up.
Yeah.
So,
you can find that if you are subscribed to our newsletter, you will have an email in your inbox that has a link directly to it. You can find it in our newsletter with the link, and you can also go to our Facebook pages, any of our Facebook pages, and find it on there.
All right.
And then if you're in the branch, we'll have a QR code you can even scan and take it there if you've missed out on all of those sites. So, yes, we will get that for you. So, did you know we got the blood pressure cuffs in?
Yes, I think last month. I think I was told this.
So we've had them for a little bit now. We've got one available for checkout at our location, and they are really easy to use. I've used them myself. We tested them out when they first came in, and they adjust, the cuffs adjust, and then you literally hit the button and hit start, and it does it.
Wow.
Very, very simple. So if you are needing to improve your health and check your blood pressure, this is a great opportunity for you to test it out and not have to go out and buy an expensive blood pressure cuff. I even had a nurse come in, and she was very excited that we had these, was going to be recommending them. She even checked it out. She's like, this is everything that we would want someone to have. So if that's something you're looking for, come by the library. We've got them for you.
All right.
So
And how long can you keep those?
you keep them for 28 days. A good amount of time so you can see
track
your numbers and stuff, and then that way you have some information to give your doctor. So it is a little different than checking out a book. So
are there still Chromebooks and things like that? Or?
We have hotspots. Our grants for our Chromebooks and our routers ended up expiring.
Yeah.
So those items are coming back, and hopefully, I don't know if we'll get another grant for those or not, but we'll see what happens with those. But we do still have 75 hot spots that we are checking out and rotating in our circulation.
So cake pans,
telescopes,
binoculars, microscope,
fishing poles.
Yeah, fishing poles.
Memory kits, STEM kits.
I couldn't remember the memory kits.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. You never remember the
ukuleles.
Ukuleles.
Yes.
Yep. Those are probably my favorite ones. Yeah.
They're so nice.
They're
They are
very
really
nice ukuleles.
And the cases they come in are hard cases, so you don't have to worry about breaking as you're taking out to the car or anything like that. So, especially, if a younger kid and, wants to learn, because I think middle school is when they kind of start doing the ukulele classes. So if a kid's interested in wanting to know if they want to take that class or not, they can come and check out a ukulele and test those waters, and the parent can test it too, see how they're going to react to it. I just had to pay for my youngest to get her recorder, and we already have one kid with a recorder, so.
So you can have recorder duets?
I guess so.
Yeah,
it's gonna. I'm like, and he has a ukulele too, and I'm like, I guess we could check out the other ukulele and have a whole band. And
So with all of those, and now the blood pressure monitoring kits, our library of things is very big.
We are always adding things, so I don't know what the next thing will be.
It'll be something,
but
though.
I know
we won't stop here.
Yes,
I'm sure.
Exactly. So, yeah.
All right. How about electric scooters?
I don't know where we would store them.
I'll put in a good word.
Yeah. Yeah. The storage room's getting a little crowded now.
Okay. All right, ladies. Anything else?
We will be having so from October 23rd to November 5th, our yearly Warner's warm-up drive is happening.
okay.
So that's Kurt Warner
the
and his
coat drive.
wife. Foundation. I think they collect new or gently used coats. You can bring those to the library. We will have a box set up, and it's all Franklin County locations. So,
and I think our mission here is a recipient of some of that stuff.
I think they are too, because I know usually right after that is whenever they start doing their coat drive and giving out the coats. So I think they are part of that too. Yeah. So it does pretty much stay local in our area.
It really does. I mean, and it's a really nice drive. They collect over 15,000 coats each year.
And that's been going on for years.
Yeah, a long time.
That's awesome that it's
2001.
That feels so long ago.
It was a very long time ago.
That was almost 22 years ago.
I know.
I was in first grade in 2001.
I don't even want to. Another reminder, we will be discontinuing our cloud library e-resources. All of those, though, the items that we had purchased to go on that app are transferring over to our Libby app. So we're not losing them. We're just moving them to one streaming service. So that'll be on our Libby app that you can use. We also have Hoopla, so none of that is going away. It's just we're trying to make it easier and have less for the patrons so they're not getting as confused with which apps to go back and forth through. So that will be discontinuing. So if you use that and you open it up on November 1st and you're wondering why it's not working, that would be why. So if you have any questions, though, feel free to contact us and we'll help you walk through. If you want to download Libby, if you haven't downloaded it, we will walk you through that too. So,
all right.
I think that's
it. Okay.
We had a lot.
All right.
So,
well, don't go anywhere because I apparently need to pay for my membership.
Yes, we got to get your friends of the library membership.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you,
Keisha Philpott and Sarah O'Daniel.
Yes.
And we'll see you probably might be somebody else next month.
Yeah, you never know. Never know who you're going to
get. It could be us, it might not be.
We'll see you
nice
again.
Surprise.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, it is 9:30, and as always, I would ask that you would please say a prayer for the leadership of our country, the men and women who protect this great nation of ours, all of the people in the Ukraine, all the people in Israel, We would ask that you also say a prayer for our healthcare workers and first responders. Be a blood donor. Go to redcrossblood.org and just put in your zip code. They'll tell you where the next closest blood drive is. You can also download the app to your phone. Be an organ donor as well. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning at 6:30. Not 6:30. At 6. Yeah, I wish 6:30, but 6. I'll be back tomorrow at 6. Mike Gallagher's up next here on KTUI. Stay tuned.
Members of the Taliban and other terrorist groups. Once the Taliban took over, they released all of those prisoners, and now the people that were convicted are trying to find and kill the prosecutors that helped bring them to justice under the old regime.
For more information, visit apa-fpf.org. And Missouri's unemployment rate is still below 3%, but it went up slightly to 2.9%. You can find news online anytime at MissouriNet.com. This is MissouriNet.
Freedom isn't just a word. It should be a way of life for all Missourians. Wouldn't it be wonderful to live in a state where you're free from excessive taxes, regulations, and corporate handouts, and free to send your children to the school of your choice? That's why we at the Show Me Institute put together our 2023 Missouri Blueprint, a roadmap on how the state can progress to a bright future. The blueprint covers policy ideas from taxes to government transparency, from education to health care, and more. Our vision is for Missouri to be a place where entrepreneurs can pursue their dreams. Parents are free to direct the education of their children, and a growing economy provides opportunities for all. Critical to achieving this vision is a government that understands the value of freedom in the lives and future of our people. Check out our 2023 Missouri Blueprint, moving Missouri forward at showmeinstitute.org. The Show Me Minute has been brought to you by Show Me Institute and Show Me Opportunity.
Having enough food is a concern for many Missouri families, and it isn't restricted to rural or urban areas. As many as 1 in 8 Missourians face food insecurity every day. Among children, the numbers are even higher. To ensure Missouri children have the food they need to thrive, Missouri's agricultural community launched Drive to Feed Kids 6 years ago. Visit mofarmerscare.com/drive to learn more and join the efforts.
From the KTUI WeatherBug Weather Center for this morning, expecting mostly clear skies. Sunny this afternoon, high temperature of 67 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 47. On Friday, sunny, high 68. Friday night, clear, a low of 50. On your Saturday, sunny, high temperature 70. Saturday night, mostly clear, low temperature 43. Saturday night, mostly clear, low 43. On Sunday, sunny, high 64. And Sunday night, partly cloudy, a low of 46. For KTUI, I'm Andrew Brady.
KTUI time is 9:33, and the current temperature is 56 degrees. I'm Sam Scott for KTUI.
They must be dealt with.
Are we becoming a police state?